The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 227. Being recorded on October the 13th, 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today, I'm joined by Henley Merrill, Gunny Chief from the West Coast, the best coast. Welcome back, Gunny.
Yo, what's up? What's up, guys?
Hey. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us once again. Ladies and gentlemen, the Canadian Ryan Gibson got kidnapped by Santa Claus. We've lost him. We can't get a hold of him. He's gone.
What?
Yep. Santa Claus said, I need you to do my work. Work for me for free. It's part of Canadian life. Like every 5 years, you have to go and work for Santa Claus during holiday season.
Thanksgiving Canada. That's what it is.
That's not. What are you talking about? It's Christmas time almost over there.
Oh, right. They are ahead of us.
They got to prepare. They got to prepare for Christmas to deliver the gifts around the world. The happiness. But speaking of happiness, congratulations to Ryan Gibson. He had a child.
Yeah.
What? Yes, his baby was born yesterday. Congrats, Ryan. We will miss you, friend. Olivia Rachel Gibson, happy birthday to you on October the 12th,
2018. Happy birthday to you. Congratulations, Ryan and Kathy.
Congratulations, Ryan. I know he's going to be like super busy now. No sleep, working, no sleep, no time to play video games. Wonder what's going to happen to Ryan. We don't know. We'll see what the future holds for him. We wish you the best, Ryan.
Yes, we do.
But, in light of that news, the replacement was activated. Android 42069 420 is here. Speak, Android.
Hello, I am your Android.
Eric, that's you. I know it's you.
I don't know who Eric is. I am your Android.
You remember Evil Robot from the breaks in the past? She created an Android, and she named it Android 42069 And this is him.
That is me.
We had the special Android join us to replace Ryan Gibson because, what else could we do? We couldn't get like a real person on here, so...
Right. We'd have to pay.
Real people. Ha, 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 ha.
We're working on the laughing there. I mean, he needs some improvements, software updates and whatnot. We're going to try to implement those here pretty soon, but we'll see what happens.
We're having a glitch, sorry.
Anyways, if you want to, you can follow us on Twitter at _Horrible Gamers. Leave us a review on iTunes, on all the tunes, whatever the fuck you listen to us on. Fucking YouTube, Google, iTunes, Stitcher, all that stuff. Leave us a review at the end of the show. Join our Facebook community, Horrible Gamers Podcast community. Show feedback on our email at feedback@horriblegamers.com. And also Patreon. You can join the patreon.com/Horrible Gamers and the community of people who support the show financially and help us do giveaways for them. Because we love them and support the show because we need money to host the show and all that good stuff. Jonathan Hall, shout out to you, my friend. Alan Maybe, Joshua Wolf, Evan Tanaka, John Jerome, Adam Sunday, Clint Theo, Dirty Bites, Robbie Wheat, David Snyder, Brian Capessa. Thank you guys for being Patreons. We love you, each and every one of you. It's appreciated very much. And we appreciate all our listeners, but you guys are like VIPs. VIPs. Yeah. Our intro song is done by Fowler and Twistix. It is called The Breakout. Our outro song is done by Broke for Free. It is called Night Owl. And I want to apologize to all of you real quick because I am sick as hell this week.
You sound horrible.
I got Ebola.
Ooh.
Yep.
Good thing you're up in Oregon.
Ebola.
I got Ebola virus. I'm dying. I feel like I'm dying. Yeah, man. I came down with a really bad cold on Monday. So, it's just been improving itself. Now it's super strong. So now it's attacking me at full strength. So I gotta fight back, fight the power. I gotta fight it, and and just hopefully get through it. Anyways, I want to read something that our friend Ryan Gibson left for us in the show notes, I guess. He said, "I just want to say I love you guys in the community. I'm going to try my best to at least make it back for the Game of the Year show. Thanks to the crew and community for all the well wishes and being there for me. Hashtag HGP for life." Thank you, Ryan. We love you, dude. Thank you for being a part of the community and being a part of the show. You know, come back when you want to. Seat is always open for you, as we have replaced you with the robot. You know, robots are replaceable, so.
Congratulations.
But congratulations once again on your child. Anyways, man, it's been a crazy week, Gunny. I'll tell you that.
Is that right?
It's been a super crazy week. It's been lots of games being played this week. So last week we talked a little bit about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right? We talked a little bit about it.
Yes, I even played more of that this
week. I want to talk a little bit more about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and we'll see what happens with our experiences, because I've played a lot of that game. I played about probably 20 hours of it by now, probably a little bit more. So I'm quite deep into it. I'm in the full breadth of the game. I'm in there. I'm doing my thing. I'm killing people. I'm assassinating people and all that good stuff. The game takes about 5 hours to open up. It reminds me a lot of Assassin's Creed 3. Remember Assassin's Creed 3? You played as that one dude, and then all of a sudden... No.
No, it's like...
Oh, you play his dad. His, like, grandpa or something.
His dad or his grandpa or something.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that you're like an evil guy until like 5 hours into the game, and then the game starts. Then you see like Assassin's Creed 3, you see the splash screen and everything come up. This game is very similar to that. You do not get that little like Ubisoft presents Assassin's Creed Odyssey until like 5 hours into the game, after you get your ship and everything. So like
that tells me it's going to be a huge. This game is huge as far as
definitely, man.
Time's going to take you.
The last one I remember opening up quite early as soon as you left that first city. And this one is after leaving that first island. So you get on your ship, you kill the Cyclops, and you get on your ship and you take off with it. And as you're sailing away, it's when the Assassin's Creed music starts playing, and then like the eagle flies around the ship, and then it's like presenting Assassin's Creed Odyssey by Ubisoft and all this shit.
Nice.
Pretty cool opening. So I've been playing lots of it, man. So I got so many answers to so many questions you probably have, Gunny.
Yeah, because
Start asking.
Yeah, because I'm only 2 hours in. Like currently, like the mission I'm on is that Eye for an Eye quest, where I'm going after that eye that I'm taking for Marcos.
Yep.
Like he has this plan, you know.
Yeah.
I have the best plan ever, you know. I love the dialogue between Marcos and Cassandra.
Yeah.
So, I mean that right there, like right off the bat, it's like, oh man, I'm all in on this game.
So one of the first things that happens when you leave the island, or when you're about to leave the island, you meet this guy. I forget his name. But you meet him, and he tells you, I need you to do a mission for me. I need you to kill someone. And as your dialogue choices, you can be like, wait, I don't kill people, or I'm not going to kill someone just because, for no reason. They haven't done nothing to me. And then he's like, well, are you a mercenary or you're not a mercenary? And Alexis is like, well, yeah, I'm a mercenary. He's like, well, I'm going to pay you a good coin to go to this island and kill this general for me. And he's like, okay, I guess I'll do it for you. So that's when he tells you, go get a ship. It's down there on the dock. All you got to do is, like, get on the ship and you'll like kill the Cyclops and you get on the ship. So you go down there, you fight all the people, you get on the ship, you take off with the ship, and it's yours now. And as you're going to this island, you're talking to this guy who's kind of like your right-hand man on the ship. He's kind of like the second to the captain or whatever. What the fuck is that person called?
Like your ensign or number one? Or
Yeah, he's like your ensign. He's just sitting there with you. Like he's the guy who stands next to you at the wheel, and he tells the people what to do or whatever. And so he's sitting there with you, and as you know, as you're sailing away, Alexios is telling this guy, well, he's like, where are we going? He's like, well, we're heading to this island. And he's like, well, what are we heading there for? What are we going to do there? You know, like, that's kind of a dangerous place. There's a war zone down there. And Alexios is like, that's the point. I'm going down there to kill a Spartan general because this dude hired me to kill this Spartan general. And then the dude tells him, he's like, well, the Spartan general that's there, the guy who's there, his name is the Wolf. You know, like the head of the wolf or something like that. And Alexios knows who that is. He knows who that general is. And it's kind of related to Alexio, who that general is. And it's kind of a crazy opening to the whole story, dude, because that's when that thing happens, when the Ubisoft like the screen comes up and it says Ubisoft presenting the game. But the way it opens up was fucking cool because he's like, he's like, wait, he's like, do you know who that is? And Alexios is like, yeah, I know who that is. And he's like, well, who is it? And he's like, that's my dad. So like, it's like, holy shit, you know, like, oh, you got to kill Alexios' dad, you know. So you get to the island and all this shit starts happening. So you see like the general, the wolf, and you got to kill him, but you got to gain the trust of the Spartans to get to meet him because you know he's surrounded by guards and everything.
I got a question. I thought the father was, is it Leonidas?
No, his father is some kind of general. That Leonidas is part of the story, but Leonidas is part of the story where he's only like in the beginning of the game where the Spartans are fighting the
I thought that was him.
man army or whatever.
Okay.
The 300.
It's just more of a cutscene.
Yeah, he's like in a cutscene type thing. And you kind of interact with it a little bit. The only way Leonidas is part of the game is that he has that spear in the War of 300 or whatever, where he's fighting all the people, and his spear breaks. And Alexios is related to Leonidas somehow. He's related to him, like he's part of his bloodline. And Alexios finds his spear, like the Leonidas spear, and that's what Alexios uses to assassinate people. Instead of having like the little knife on your wrist, he uses that spear, and he can stab people in the neck or whatever and all that shit. So he's related to him somehow, and that's what happens. I don't want to spoil too much of the story, man, because I could tell you all this shit about how he's related to him and all that, but I don't want to go into that. I know lots of people haven't played the game, so I'm not going to spoil too much. But once you get your ship, the combat, it feels just like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's very much Black Flag. Like, it's that game. The combat is that game.
Those controls
are very not well like done. Origins?
Not on the ships. No, on the ships, you're just sailing.
Oh, you're talking about ship combat.
Ship combat, it feels a lot like, it's Black Flag.
Is
combat.
It like in Origins, you know, how you were it was very much a linear thing that you were doing? In this game, is it like Black Flag where it's like, I can just go to any island I want to?
You literally could, yeah, because there's so many things there's going on. There's a little web that opens up later in the game. After you do the first island, you leave that first island, you go and kill the wolf, or, you know, you got choices of what you could do there that could change the story. You can either kill him or let him live and all that good shit. Different things happen if you do each one. So after all that, you kind of figure out that there's like this crazy undercover cult, and now you got to kill everybody in the cult. But then there's somebody who's leading the cult that you know, that is like, holy shit, I couldn't believe you're leading the cult. What the fuck are you doing leading the cult? And it's just a bunch of shit is happening in the game where, like, Alexios is related to all these crazy ass people, and they're all doing crazy shit, and you gotta either choose to kill him or not kill him, I think. And I think it's pretty much the end of the game. I think it's gonna be Alexios trying to kill his whole family or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it's like everything is related to evil shit. All of them are. It's wild. But I don't know. Maybe the story will take a different turn. Right now, I made it to Athens, the big city, the big Greek city. And it's beautiful, man. It's just gorgeous there. They got these huge statues that are painted, these golden statues. You go there and you see all the people, and even Alexios is commenting as he's walking through the city. He's like, you see the city on the inside, and you wouldn't think there's a war going on like right on the next island. You know what I mean? Because like the city's just going about its business. You know what I mean? But like
normal, yeah.
The Spartans are like right there, ready to take the fucking city. You know, they're like right there. They're just right outside the city, ready to fucking attack at any time, and everybody's just like living like normal, like no big deal, no big deal. But the game is so much fun. It's such a beautiful game. I've gotten legendary gear. I've gotten some epic gear. I've upgraded some of my gear. There's some like there's this thing called engravings. You were asking me about this earlier, Gunny, that you can put on your weapons. And
yeah.
This game, more so than any other Assassin's Creed, you got to pay attention to your gear. You got to pay attention to like the kind of sword that you're using, or the kind of helmet, or headgear, or like chest piece, or leg piece that you're wearing of armor, because each one has different buffs. So like one will be like, if you use this piece of chest armor, this gives you like 5% more assassin damage. And assassin damage is important because sometimes you'll run up to enemies and you'll be hiding in a bush and you go to assassinate a guy, and Alexios will do the animation. He'll jump up and stab the dude in the neck, but you only take away quarter of his health, or half of his health, or maybe 3/4 of his health, and he's still alive. So he'll turn around and start yelling and alert all the guards, and crazy, like everybody starts calling for backup, and all this shit starts happening because your assassination skill is not powered up enough, and you just don't have enough ability to kill that guy like with an assassination.
Okay, but what if you're like level 25 and he's 5? Will it just auto assassinate him, or are you talking about like if you're kind of both around the same level, it won't take down his entire health and kill him?
It depends on if you're in the same level. Usually, if you have your assassination skill upgraded, you got to upgrade that skill specifically. If you do not have that skill upgraded, you won't be able to assassinate him. But if you upgrade that skill, and each skill you can upgrade 3 times, so you can upgrade it to like do 50% more damage, 100% more damage, or 150% more damage, I think, something like that. The more you upgrade your assassination skill, the better chance of you killing somebody in the first strike. And
yeah.
And sometimes, like, I can kill people just by tapping Y, or sometimes I have to hold it, because it'll tell me you need to hold it to do the maximum damage. You got to hold Y while they're walking by. So if you mess up and you let go of Y before the little meter fills up around the Y icon, your guy's not going to kill him. He's going to hurt him, but not kill him.
So that kind of tells me like they are kind of seriously going full on RPG with this game.
Oh, they totally are, dude. This game is completely different from any other Assassin's Creed I've played. Even Origins. Origins was a lot like it, but this game goes full on even more. Like they enhanced the systems that they had in Origins to make them better, to make them more fleshed out, I feel like. There's tons of armor pieces, beautiful armor pieces, man. Like I don't think I've worn the same piece of armor twice. Like for a while there, I was rocking this like pretty cool Spartan helmet, and then I switched to like this Greek helmet, and then I switched to like this helmet with horns on it, so I look like the devil walking around.
Nice,
it's freaking cool, man. So lots of cool armor in the game.
Are you selling the other pieces of armor, or is it just like a set number of things you can hold?
I suggest you can hold, I think, unlimited amount of pieces, but I suggest you dismantle all the lower ones. Always dismantle them, because you're always going to need the leather and the metal and whatever other little shit you get out of dismantling them. You're going to need that sometimes, because sometimes you need that to craft an upgrade for the current piece of legendary or epic armor that you're wearing. So if you want to have, like, there's an achievement for wearing all gold pieces, which is like epic or legendary. I think legendary is purple, epic is gold, or I might have those flipped around. Anyways, there's an achievement for having all epic gear equipped. So you have an epic bow, an epic sword, an epic spear, or whatever, an epic, like piece of armor on every piece that you can put on. There's an achievement for that. So, I suggest you don't ever destroy the epic armor, ever. Just keep it, because you can keep it forever. You can just hold it till the end of the game, you know what I mean? So as long as you upgrade it. And like, say your epic piece of armor, you got it when you were level 10, right? Say you were level 10 and you're now level 18. So that piece of that, say it's a sword or helmet. Say that sword it's now underpowered. Like, it doesn't do enough damage to kill the guys you're fighting. You can always take that sword over to a blacksmith and tell him, hey, I need you to upgrade this gear. And he'll tell you, okay, I need this much resources and you need to pay me this much drachma. So you pay him the thing and you give him the resources. And he'll upgrade that to level 18. So now the epic sword is a level 18 sword and it does damage as like a level 18 item would do. So instead of doing like 150 damage, it'll do 250 damage or something like that. You know what I mean? It'll upgrade.
Yeah, it kind of brings it up to your level. That's cool.
Yeah, it brings it to your level. That's what it does. Exactly what it does. So there's that. And so that means if you literally just fall in love with the same sword and you want to just use that same sword the rest of the game, just make sure you have enough resources to upgrade it every time you rank up a level. Because ranking up a level it's a big change. It's a drastic change. Sometimes enemies they'll be so hard to kill when you go after them and they're one level above you, and then you upgrade to that level, all of a sudden they're super easy to kill. It's just a big drastic change. They don't mess around with the levels in this game. Like,
yeah.
You're level 15, don't go for a level 17 person.
Now, I'm sure you've heard and read and seen a lot of what's been going on this week as far as the permanent EXP boost that you can purchase. And I want to be clear, you could do this in Origins. I mean, there's other games that do this.
All
like
the games.
Shadow of War did the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you're just like me, and Eric, I don't know what you do as well, but I like to do a lot of side quests. Not all of them, but I like to do quite a few of them. So I feel like, am I okay as far as like me leveling up to match the other enemies?
I think you're not going to have any issue with the game if you're trying to complete everything like I am. Or maybe not necessarily everything, because there's still question marks that I left on some of the previous islands that I was like, I'm not going to go there. I'm just not going to go there, because I don't want to waste my time. Because it's like a stupid rock that I have to jump off of, and then I'll get like 10 XP for it. So I'm not going to go there for that. But I'm doing a lot of the side quests, and there's a lot of organic side quests where, like, you'll just be walking through the city and all of a sudden you hear somebody arguing. And you could go up to that lady and be like, hey, what's your problem? I hear you have a problem. I can help you. She's like, hey, Mistios, I need you to help me with this or whatever. My husband is being an asshole. I want you to kill him. And it's like, whoa, okay, you want me to kill your husband? Yeah, kill him. I'll pay you so much money. And I'm like, okay. And you could decline those. Those are just little side quests that just pop up, and you could be like, no, I don't have time for this. Or
so just like probably in Origins where it would come up, and then you can just kind of hold the right stick to track that side quest. It kind of does that?
Now it's different. Now they've gotten rid of that. I'm playing on exploration mode, so there's 2 modes at the beginning of the game that you can choose to play as. And if you're playing on exploration, you're going to find yourself a lot of the times when you are talking to people, you have all these dialogue choices, right? And obviously, the gold ones are the ones to precede the dialogue. Sometimes the gold one will be the one to end the dialogue. And, like, you have, like, these white dialogue choices above that, which will be, like, asking them questions like, where was the last time you seen this person? Or who was this person last seen with? Or where do they usually go for during this time or whatever? And when they're drunk, how do they usually act? So you can ask these questions, and these will give you hints that you open up your map, because when you start the mission, it'll be like, okay, open up your map to track the location. And it'll be like, all right, so this person's east of the big statue of Zeus or whatever, and he's east of that, but south of this. So you open up your map, and you kind of look in, and you go east of this, south here. So you kind of set a marker in that area. And then you run over there, and when you're not too far away, but kind of far away, like maybe a mile out or something, your eagle will be like, fucking I found your target. And you just press up on the D-pad, and your eagle will fly in a little circle, and you could just highlight your target, and it'll be like, there's your objective. You got to kill that guy, or you got to get that guy, or whatever the fuck. Or steal this, or whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm also doing exploration mode.
That's the best way to play it, because, I mean, when you start the game off, it'll tell you, like, this is the way the game was meant to be played. And I think a lot of the time that people are saying that the game takes a lot to beat, the game is long, is because you're doing this a lot. Like, constantly doing this, where you open up your map, and you got to sit there and look at the fucking thing and be like, all right, left of this, south of this, right of this, north of this, this. Like, you got to always do that all the time. Like, it's just always happening, dude. But besides that being said, the story of Assassin's Creed or Odyssey, not Origins, Odyssey, even Origins. Origins was a good game. Game of the year, 2017. Horrible Gamers.
Bayok.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey story has me wanting to see more, to explore more, to learn more, experience more. And there's been moments, dude, where I've had those mercenaries fucking scare the shit out of me, man. There was one mission where I was doing a side quest, right? I was just walking through the map, doing my thing. There was a cave. And in front of the cave was this guy sitting there. And he was like, oh, I'm depressed. And you're like, what the hell is wrong with you? And he's like, well, I pray to the gods, and I leave the gods' offerings, but the gods take the offerings and they disappear, and I have no offerings left to give, so they're not going to answer my prayers. So you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he'd be like, well...
Is that the mission right in the beginning?
No, this is way into the game. He's like, well, I need you to go and find out what's going on. Why are the gods taking my stuff? And Alexio is like, I don't believe in gods, but I'll go in there and check anyways. Whatever, I'll go check for you. So you go into the cave, and as I went into the cave, dude, I go in there and I kill all the guys that are in there because I was like a bandits. They were hiding behind the statue of the god or whatever, and you go through this crack in the wall and you go into this cave. You kill all these bandits. You steal you find all the gold that they stole and all that stuff. So as I'm coming back out, I hear, like the sound that the mercenary makes when he's near you.
Yes.
I hear that noise, and I open up my map, and the mercenary's at the entrance of the cave that I have to exit. And I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then he runs into the cave. He runs into the fucking cave towards me. So I go up on like this little ledge, and I'm hanging on top of this ledge like in a bush. And he runs in there, and he stands there, and he looks at the statue of the god, and he's just standing there looking at it. And then he turns around and runs back to the exit. Or he starts walking back towards the exit. So I'm like, okay, maybe he'll leave now. And no, he gets to the exit, and he waits there. And if I jump down from my little like ledge that I'm hiding on, I will jump down from there and, try to like go back into the cave or whatever. You'd see his icon start running back towards my location. So there was like something there where like he knew I was there somewhere, but he couldn't see me. But he knew I was there.
He did that to me too, because that mission you speak of is kind of right there in the beginning.
He kept showing up. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And he would just keep running back to my fucking spot. Running back. And I don't know, dude. And there's been multiple times where the mercenaries do that to me. They'll run right to the spot that I'm at. Right to where I'm at. Like
I know it's funny, mistakes. Like if you go in the bush and then he'll be like, well, he'll just kind of like get close, but he won't get all the way to the bush. Depending if he didn't see you, right? He's just always in your area. It's very annoying.
One mission I was doing, I was attacking this fort. And this fort had 3 captains. One of the, I forget what the Polemians or whatever the fuck, some kind of big general dude. And like 3 chests and all this crazy stuff in it, right? And it was part of like the story. And I did the story part. I completed that objective. But I got spotted by one of the captains, so I killed him. Then I got spotted by another soldier. I killed him. So then these dudes, like, they all sound the alarm, right? They light the fucking thing on fire. And it's like, backup is coming. Reinforcements. Yeah, they're inbound. And I was like, oh, crap. So I'm fighting like 3 captains. I'm fighting all the soldiers. They're all attacking me. I'm trying to parry all of them. And then all of a sudden, my wanted level goes from like 0 to like 1 mercenary. Then it goes to 2 mercenaries.
Oh, no.
Then it goes to 3 mercenaries because I'm killing these guys in front of all these other guys, right? So now I'm like at wanted 3.5 mercenaries. And the fucking mercenaries all showed up to that castle, dude. They all showed up.
All at once, huh?
All at once. They all like, oh, we know where this dude is at. Let's go get him. So they all just run there, and they're in there, and they're all fighting me. And like, one of the mercenaries was like a level 38. And I'm level 17 or 18, dude. This was like a level 30 something. I'm like, how the hell did they stick a level 38 mercenary on me? And apparently the game is just like, whatever, dude. You were asking for
and one of the
fight.
things you can't pay somebody off to reduce your mercenary count, right?
Yeah, you can't. But what I did was I ended up leaving the castle. I jumped out of the castle on the walls, and I hid in the bush, and I waited for them to loose me a little bit. And I saw the guy who had the bounty on my head. Like, he was just walking around the map. And you know how you can see they're like a little red money bag or whatever, like a coin pouch. I was like, I'm gonna go kill that bastard. So I waited for him walking by me, and like on the road, he was walking by me, and I just jumped out of a bush and stabbed him real quick and started fighting with him. I killed him in like my.
Oh, you're talking about the one who did the bounty on you, not the actual mercenary himself. See, I didn't know that because I think I'm level 4.
You can kill the people that put the bounty on your head, man. Like that's a possibility, and then your bounty goes away.
Okay, because I'm at level 4 and the mercenary is at level 5. So every time I try to like go up and do any kind of damage, it barely gets to like the halfway mark. I've tried to like get him up like onto. Let's say like something high up like a ledge or a mountain or something. Mm-hmm. And I thought, let me like try and I'll do the Spartan kick.
Oh, you can kick him off the ledges and stuff.
And I don't know, I was a little wonky with my controls to try and get him. He like, every time I go to kick him, he's like, yeah, you're not kicking me off of here. Wham! Desynchronized. Yeah. Damn it. After he hits you twice within
and the way
20
people
seconds.
kill you, it's pretty brutal. Most of the times, like I've been killed by a few people that are like over leveled than me because they'll start fighting with me for some reason. A lot of the times it happens like this. I'm in the forest. I see like a boar. I try to kill the boar because it's coming after me. And as I'm shooting the boar, some other soldiers or some captain or some asshole get involved fighting the boar as well. You know, they'll start fighting it too. But I'm shooting arrows at them. So when I shoot an arrow, like one of the soldiers will walk by me or he'll get hit by my sword because I'm trying to hit the boar. And now I'm fighting all these soldiers as well. And now, like, it's like, fuck, man, why'd you get into this fight? It was just me and the boar fighting. You got to put your fucking ass, your stupid ass, nosy ass soldiers into this damn situation. Now I got to fight all of you too. And it's annoying. I hate
Does
that.
the boar not go after them as well? Or is it not doing as much damage?
Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just walk away because he'll just start fighting them and I'll just be like, oh, well, screw it. I'll let them kill it or whatever. So I'll just walk away. But I want the skins and I want the wood. I want all the resources, man, because your ship, when you start upgrading your ship, which is very important so it doesn't get destroyed, that thing takes a lot of resources to upgrade. Like, a lot, dude. So you need those. You need the resources. You need to kill the wild animals. You need to get all the wood from the forest. All that stuff because it's just important to have, you know what I mean?
I'm sure it is definitely for further missions. I had a pretty epic kill right near the beginning of the game. Like you said, after I did that cave mission with the guy that was praying to the gods, and like you said, I came out and then it was like, I see the mercenary, he's at 1 and he's in my area. But then I thought, oh, okay, well, he's not going to bother me. I go into the mission with the sawmill, I think it was, or there was like the wood mill. Where and I went to the wrong area and I was like, oh shit, I'm not supposed to be here. And I brought up whatever your eagle's name. So he came up and I'm like, all right, so Icarus. I know where the right.
Isn't it Icarus? Icarus?
Yes.
Like that.
And brought him up. So I'm like, okay, I know where I need to be. I get over there and like that mercenary, he's like freaking just walking around the area where there's already like 7 dudes, right? So I had to like pick them off pretty slow because they're like right at your level.
And yeah, man. So that'll happen a lot. Like sometimes you'll even run into like, you know how like on your mercenary menu, they're all black until you find out who they are because either they come after you and you find out who it was coming after you or they run into you. But in a lot of these big cities like Athens and these other huge cities that I've been to, there'll be mercenaries just hanging out in front of, like, there's like these statues that you can go and find mercenary jobs at. And there'll be like side quests, like, oh, I need you to kill this many people. I need you to clear out the Spartans from this area. I need you to kill Spartan captains. Or the Athenians are over here. I need you to kill their general or their captain or their leader or their commander. These are these side quests, right? Or like people will be like, I lost my pig. I need you to find my pig. I'll pay you 100 drachma if you find them. So all this shit. But sometimes in front of those statues, the mercenaries of the game will just be hanging out there. They'll just be hanging out in front of the statue. So like in one of them, there was this huge guy. He was like level 36 or 35, and he had a fucking tiger with him. He had a tiger as a pet on a leash. And he was standing there, and he was like, all right. And then I hit the tiger with like my sword, and they destroyed me. I didn't even stand a chance. I tried to run away from them. They like chased me down. They killed the hell out of me. Like it was impossible to run away from them. But yeah, you'll just find the mercenaries walking around the map. They'll be like sailing, or they'll be walking around the map, just walking by. And you can choose to kill them, so that way later on in the game they can't come after you, or you can just leave them alone because they're not after you, right?
Right. So, but are they always red?
No.
Or they'll just be, like you said, hanging out.
Yeah,
okay.
when you're not being wanted, they're just kind of standing there. They're kind of doing their own thing. They doing whatever they're doing. They might be doing some mission or on their own, doing something else, walking somewhere. And you'll walk by them, and like a thing will pop up, and it'll give you XP for finding them. It'll be like, oh, this mercenary found, and it'll be like, it'll show their name, and it'll show their level, and it'll show like, you got 2,000 XP for finding this guy or whatever. Like that way, if later on in the game, if he comes after you, you'll know exactly who's coming after you, right? You don't have to guess about it. You just know.
Cool. Yeah, I had that that mercenary. He chased me down to that old lady that I did for the sawmill place, and I'm like, oh, good, I made it down to her before he reached me. But he was like super close, right? So I did the animation. She came up. She was like, oh, thanks for like getting that all cleared up for me and everything, and then it'll give you like a dialogue choice, right? So I'm sitting there trying to decide what I want to choose. Mercenary comes up, and I see him come up while I'm in the cutscene kind of thing, right? And just put the spear right through my head.
Oh shit,
dude! I literally laughed out loud, right? I was like, "All right, got right on."
I was scared of that because I was in the same situation when he was in that city, and I was talking to that old lady, and like the mercenary was in that city, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, he's in the city," and I'm sitting there on the dialogue screen. I'm like, "Fuck, skip dialogue, skip dialogue, skip." I'm just trying to skip all the dialogue to get past it so I can get the fucking.
I think you could press B.
Yeah,
so like while you're in a cutscene, like talking to some random stranger for a side quest, this person can just come up and come up and stab you.
I thought I was safe. I was like, haha.
Man.
I literally see, because you're doing like a close up, right, with the person you're talking to, and I see him roll up, and I'm like, haha, I'm safe. You can't do anything, right? No, I spear right through the head.
So are you guys are enjoying this game? It seems like, right?
What happened to Robot?
I threw him away.
Eric Smith, you threw away the robots?
I did. Yep. I feel like Matt on VGO not getting announced in the beginning of the show.
St. Nicholas is here, everybody. Woo!
Hi guys. Is this because with the problem I had with Origins was that it was just too much grind for me, and I don't mind grinding, but the side quests were crap. They weren't that great. And it felt like I had to really level up my character quite a bit just to do one main quest. Is that a problem?
Yeah. Sometimes in this, like I said, in this game, that's why like people are complaining about that XP booster Gunny was talking about earlier, where you can pay $10 to get double XP in the game. So like that way you can play the missions, faster, upgrade faster, etc. You're going to run into the same situation in this game. Like, it takes a bit to level up, man. I'm leveling up way slower in this game than I was in Origins. In Origins, by this time, 20 hours into the game, I was past level 20. I was probably level 25 or something.
Yeah.
In this game, I'm level 18, I think. Like, that's how... Like, I'm fucking slow grind, dude, to level up. And I'm doing, like, as much as I can, right? Like I said, I'm not doing everything, because I'm not a completionist. But I've done like some of the main side quests, like kill the big giant king boar, like this huge animal, and then it opens up like a whole line of side quests where you got to go find all these mystical animals and kill them all. And then like I've done like all these other side quests where like you destroy certain ships, and I was like, hey, become a pirate, do all these side quests on your ship, and then you got all these other side quests on your ship, and then you got side quests on your ship, on land, you got side quests everywhere. A lot of the side quests are fun though, man. Like, there's been side quests that kind of tie to the main story, and they'll give you hints for the main story. Because, like I said, there's this cult, right? And this cult is kind of like the, what are the assholes that are always trying to kill the assassins? What are they called?
Templars?
Yeah, they're like them, pretty much. But they're not called Templars. They're called the cult. They're literally called the cult. So, this cult...
The Ku Klux Klan.
You pretty much you have this web, and like when you open up the menu, there's this web, and like it shows like the people that you've killed that are part of the cult, and people that you're trying to figure out who they are. And for some of the people that you're trying to figure out who they are, to be like, you need to do a side quest on this one island, but they don't tell you what side quest to do. It just tells you you may find a clue on this island. So you'll be on that island and you could do a side quest, and all of a sudden, like, you'll run into a side quest where the person will be like, "Hey, I know about this thing that I maybe should tell you about. Like, do you want to know more?" And you're like, "Yeah, tell me more." And he's like, "Well, I need you to do something for me first." So you do something for him, and then he'll tell you, "Oh, by the way, I heard this guy, he lives over here and he's part of this cult thing, but like, don't tell nobody I told you this, right?" So like, now all of a sudden you got a clue, like one more clue about who this person might be. And then when you find out who the person is, you can go and assassinate that cult member. Like, just go there and assassinate them and their guards and everybody. And that's like I think that's like a main arc of the game. You're trying to assassinate all these cult members to find out who the main leader is or whatever. And some of the cult members will be people that you thought were good people. Like, they're your friends in the beginning of the game. You know, they're all cool. Everyone's like, "Oh, we're all friends. We're all good. We're good people." You're doing side quests for them. You're doing missions for them. Then all of a sudden it's like, "I got to go kill this guy." And it's like, oh, man, you kind of feel bad about that. But yeah, that will end up, it takes a bit.
Yeah, and without any spoilers, does it kind of relate back to Abstergo kind of in that short beginning of the game with how that cult might still exist to this day, like in modern times, or is that different?
I think it's different. Maybe when you get to the leader of the cult, you realize that it is part of like Abstergo. I haven't seen any of it relating to the present yet. I've had to come out of the Animus one time. Like, it's just like all of a sudden I did this like main story mission, and like it's like, "I need to pull you out," and like they pull you out, and it's like,
yeah, they did that in Origins too.
And the chick is like, "Why'd you pull me out?" And the doctor's like, "Well, your vitals are going crazy. You need to be out of there." And it's like, you can just be like, "Fuck you, put me back in," and just go right back in it, or you could walk around the little room and like.
They did that, also. In Origins,
they did that.
Right?
Yeah,
they just said you're in there for too long.
Yeah.
Well, in Origins, you weren't like you were in modern day very long, maybe a total of 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's how this is too. You're in there and you can look at the laptop, look at the emails, read the dialogues, read the audio logs. There was a pretty cool little Easter egg in that little room that you come out of when you're out of the Animus, the room that you're walking around in. There's these goggles that are there, and you can tell they're Splinter Cell goggles, and they're sitting there on the desk, and you're like, "Huh, are these fuckers hinting at something?" You know, because you're sitting there and you see those, and it's pretty cool. Because she even mentioned something about it. She's like, "These must be some kind of special operations goggles or something."
Hint.
Yeah, totally.
So like, when does this feel like an Assassin's Creed game?
When you're killing the cultists, when you're chasing them. Because like, well, this one cultist, it was a lady that I killed. She was on the beach, just hanging out on the beach, dude. And she had
Getting a tan.
Yeah, she had only 2 guards with her, because sometimes they won't have any guards with them because they'll feel really safe. Or sometimes they'll have like 2 or 3, or maybe they'll have an army with them. So like, this lady was chilling on the beach. She had these 2 mercenary guards with her. They're called the cultist guards. And I walked up to her and I sailed my ship over there. I docked it, you know, like kind of like on the opposite side of the beach. I ran over there. I lured her guards away. I stabbed them in the neck. And then I stabbed her while she was laying there getting a tan. I just fucking stabbed her in the neck.
Sunglasses on and everything.
Stabbed her, and then I took like this little fragment piece that is about something else in the story I won't tell you, but you'll get to it eventually. One thing that I will say about the game, your choices matter. Your choices that you make, decisions you make in the dialogue are important in the story. They do come up. I've already had one of my choices. Remember last week I talked about that killing that family in that village?
Yes, I did that mission today.
Well, there's a story mission later on. Like, you talk to the Oracle of Delphi or whatever. Like, you know, like in the movie 300, like the Oracle that talks to all the generals and tells them what to do with the future or whatever. So you go to this Oracle, and you talk to her, and she's like, "I don't want to talk to you." And you're like, "Why?" And she's like, "You're an evil person." And you're like, "Why? What did I do?" And she's like, "Well, you killed all those people in that village. You could have let that family live, but you didn't.
I let him die.
And now you got to pay the price for that." And it's like, holy shit, like, how did she find out about this? And so it seems like a lot of these decisions that you make in the story will be major decisions that can affect how the story continues. like I said, when you meet your father, you got a choice there to kill him or not to kill him. And I'm pretty sure that's like a major change in what happens with you on the Spartans or whatever, you know what I mean? Because he's a Spartan general. So if you kill him, I'm pretty sure the fucking Spartans are not going to be very happy with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see how that would make some changes.
But if you let him live, maybe the Spartans will be a little bit friendlier to you. Maybe you don't get along with him, but maybe they'll be friendlier to you. So I don't know what choice you'll make when it comes to that, Gunny, but you will have to make that choice. Just letting you know.
Yeah. So with the family, I immediately was just like, sorry, can't help. Goodbye. And then Phoebe was surprisingly middle of the road.
Yeah,
like,
like,
okay,
yeah,
well, I guess I kind of understand. So I was cringing a little bit. I was like, oh man, she's going to hate me. But
yeah, same here.
I think
was
she doesn't get the full scope of what's going on yet. So
Phoebe comes back into the story later on in the game. She's somewhere else. You get to see her again, and you're like, holy shit, what are you doing here? And then she tells you how she got there and what she did. I went to a party full of rich people in the game, like all these rich aristocrats or whatever, and I made Alexios have gay sex with this dude who was like super drunk because Alexios was drunk. I was like, you know what? Let's get information out of this guy because I needed information out of him, right? Because I'm trying to find somebody. Alexios is looking for somebody. I need information, and this guy has it. So I can choose to like kill him in the middle of a party full of like hundreds of people. Or I could just like go in the room with him. I don't know what the fuck Alexios, because it doesn't show anything. So I don't know what Alexios did with him. Must have done something. And then he just gives you information.
I heard about the romance in this game.
He just gives you information. Yeah, he just like, oh yeah, you want to know about this person? I know where the fuck they're at. I heard they were over here. So now you got like a new clue. And I was like, oh well, thank you, man. But romance options are like aplenty. They're like everywhere. Like there's this one chick that I was gonna romance. All of a sudden I started accusing her of shit. So like she was like, fuck you, you're accusing me of shit and you want to have sex with me? How dare you?
This sounds like a BioWare game.
I was like, fuck, man, I'm trying to bang you and I'm sorry, but I can't go back on my decisions that I said because I told her that she was lying to me and that she set me up and she made me kill people for her.
Is it sort of like Mass Effect where it has to be that perfect dialogue, or can you kind of go? You have to go one way or the other.
A lot of the times, when you're doing dialogue choices, like for a romance scene, if you want to have sex with somebody, or just you're not really in a relationship with these people. You're just having sex with them. You're
just whoring yourself around.
It's not going to be like Mass Effect, where like in Mass Effect, you're building a relationship. Yes. In this game, it feels more like you're just like, dude, I'm trying to bang. Like, come on, let me get some. Just let me get some.
Dip. That's all I'm trying to do. Is trying to do a little dip.
Give it up already.
Just let me get. I'll take you back to my boat. I'll show you my boat.
I got a yacht.
Some. Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, but a lot of the dialogue choices for that are like little hearts. You'll see like a heart next to the dialogue choice, and you gotta always pick that. And then like, a lot of the times what I found out when I've done it twice now, where I've picked that with females, and they're assholes. They'll be like, oh, thank you for flirting with me, mistios. I need you to go do this for me. And you're like, what the fuck? I already did something for you, lady. What the fuck you mean I gotta go do something else?
Yeah, she sprung.
So like,
you know what?
Now you gotta go do something else for her. And then that's what I did for that one lady, right? I killed like 4 people for her. And I come back and I accuse her of shit. Because I'm like, look, lady, you fucking making me kill people that had no reason to die. Only because you said they did something to you and they didn't do anything to you. I found out they didn't do anything to you. You fucking lied to me.
Pussy power.
And then she's like, no, I didn't. And then you're like, okay, well, then I was like, then you got dialogue choices. And I was like, all right, maybe you can get in bed with her, Alexia. Maybe you can get some from this chick. And she was like, how dare you? You accused me of setting you up and now you want me to sleep with you? And you're like, what the fuck, lady?
Did you kill her?
I wanted to kill her, but no, I made her part of
I would have killed her.
You could totally do it.
I was going to ask if that would have done it
as well. I would have killed her right then and there.
Options of like saying you must die and pay for your justice must be served and you must die for what you've done, or like middle of the road of like, well, I'm leaving you here. Good luck with the consequences of your actions because now you're gonna have an army coming down on you because I killed all these people, or like join my crew on my ship and fight alongside me. Hopefully to like redeem yourself. Like you owe me this, you know what I mean? I killed for you. You come fight for me now. So I picked that option, and she was a pretty good addition to my ship because she has like this ability that upgrade your ship to throw javelins and all this shit. It's pretty cool.
I like the fact that so far this game, from what I've seen, as far as, like you said, the dialogue choices and things, and it seems like also, like, at any time, I've just pressed B to back out. You can just back out of that conversation and continue it another time, or don't visit it at all. And I thought, I've never seen a game do that before. You either have to follow through on it or not. So
and there's been side quests that I failed because, like, the person that contracted me to do the side quest dies. So for some reason, they die during the time I'm doing the mission, and it'll be like, quest failed. So, like, this one guy, he told me, he was like, I need you to go deliver this for me somewhere. And as I was talking to him, there was a fucking wild boar coming at me. And the wild boar, when I was in the fucking dialogue scene, so, like, I was like trying to skip it as fast as I can. I accepted the contract. I left the area, and the wild boar started attacking him instead of me. So when I left and I delivered the item, and it's like, okay, now go back to the guy and tell him that you've completed the contract. So I run back over there, and all I see is a dead body. The boar killed him, and it's like, oh, quest failed. You failed this mission. It's like, oh, well, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, I think Kingdom Deliverance kind of did something like this as well. So
yeah, well, you just, the people die during the time you go do the mission and come back. Yeah, you failed it.
Nice.
And that's happened to me like 3 times now in the game. Where
I wasn't sure. I'm trying to think back to Origins if you were able to kind of reset that quest. I think once it's done, it's done.
I think it's done. It's done. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I won't get the XP for this. Even though I did all the objectives. It kind of sucks.
Oh, man, that would suck, you know?
Yeah.
It's like every time you leave somebody, just be safe, okay? I need to return to you safely and alive.
That's enough Assassin's Creed Odyssey talk. I think we talked quite a bit about it. It was almost an hour.
I don't. Did we even start the show? Or I think we just went right into AC Odyssey talk.
It was awesome, but it's an amazing game.
I'm not complaining.
I feel like so many people are going to overlook this game because it came out like at this time of year, you know, right before Red Dead.
Well, the thing with it, I wish it came out in the beginning of the year. It's such a big game.
Such a good summer.
It's such a big game. Yeah, exactly. When we had that lull of nothing, that would have been a perfect time to play AC Odyssey because people would be sinking hours into that game. But
yeah, agreed.
I digress. I don't have it yet, and I will probably get it.
Get it on Black Friday when it goes on sale, man.
I'm going to try to get it before we do, the Game of the Year show.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get some gaming in for that.
This game is easily on my top 5 for Game of the Year at this point, with obviously some other games up there already. As you know, last year, Assassin's Creed Origins won our Game of the Year. Like, that game, they've innovated so much that game won. This year, I feel like Assassin's Creed Odyssey did not innovate as much as Origins has. It hasn't made that much drastic changes from what Origins did, but they did change the setting. They've added the naval combat, and they've enhanced those systems in the game to make it a more enjoyable experience. And I think if you liked Origins, or if you haven't played Assassin's Creed in a while, jump into this one, man. Like, you'll have a lot of fun.
I mean, it even sounds like, from what you're saying, and it's not anything I've heard yet, it sounds like they kind of put Black Flag over this a little bit.
They did, totally.
Well, the people that worked on Black Flag made this game.
You could totally see that, dude. The combat, and like I said, when you're on the ship, your people sing. You can be like, "Shut up!" or "Sing more songs," or "Sing the next song," and they'll be singing the next song, and they're singing like weird Greek songs, like they're singing in Greek or whatever. So it's kind of weird. You don't understand what the fuck they're singing, but it sounds cool. Like, whatever, sing, motherfucker. And it's really cool because with the Uplay, if you have Uplay on your Xbox or PS4 or PC, you can go into your Uplay rewards, and you can get like these, like everybody on your ship, you have a crew, right? Like the people who row the ship and the archers and everything. You can make them all look like assassins. And you can have like an all-male assassin crew or an all-female. So I have like an all-female assassin's crew with me, so they're all wearing like the white hoods and the robes. And
yeah, I did. I think I saw that when I went to Uplay, but I thought it was just for you as a player.
No, it's for your ship. It's like when you get on your ship, it'll be like you can change the way your people look on the ship.
Cool.
And like I said, you get commanders that you can add to your ship, and these commanders, they grant abilities to your ship, and they'll fight with you alongside you. When you board another ship, they'll jump onto the other ship with you, and they'll help you fight against the other captains of the other ships.
They need to add a multiplayer mode that's just naval combat.
Well, that's what that Skull and Bones game's going to be.
Yeah, it's like your team, your Spartan team goes against another Spartan team.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
That would be pretty cool.
And yeah, now when you ram ships, like say you destroyed a ship and they're kind of just sitting there kind of like on fire and you can board them, you can actually decide not to board them and just ram your ship into them and break them in half. Like the ship would just fall apart and you can just loot all the items that they drop into the water. Just be like, oh, I'm not going to waste my time boarding you. I'm just going to destroy you. And
just kill everyone.
Kill everyone. Who cares? Fun times, guys. Fun times. Other games that I played this week, of course, I went and I played this game called Warface. It's a free-to-play game on Xbox Live, PlayStation 4, PC. Warface is a Call of Duty clone almost. It's a free-to-play game, so you can download it for free. And on PlayStation Network, I don't think you need PS Plus to play it online. On Xbox, unfortunately, you do need Xbox Live to play it online. So it came out on Wednesday, a couple of days before Call of Duty. Bad release day, guys. Bad release day. Anyways, they came out.
Strike one.
The game has okay graphics, but the gameplay is fun. Despite being a free-to-play game and having all these microtransactions and walls of microtransactions, like some armor, you can pay for armor, but the armor is only like, say you pay like for this armor, you can only use it for 5 days or 3 days. It's like a timed thing. Like, you pay for stuff that's timed. So, like, you'll pay for a gun, and the gun will have a time limit on it. It'll be like 14 days, 10 days, 7 days, 5 days, 2 days, 1 day, 24 hours. Or it'll just be shit like that. It's kind of weird how they did it. I haven't had issues with having to pay for anything. I was playing for free for like 6 hours. I was having fun. There's 4 different classes. There's sniper, medic, engineer, and assault. Of course, the assault is your classic soldier. The engineer is like a guy who can plant bombs a little bit faster. He looks kind of like a Splinter Cell agent. Medic, of course, he's the medic of the team. He has to heal people. He uses defibrillator and pick people up when they go down. And sniper, of course, is a sniper. He's a recon. He shoots people from far away, can tag people, etc. So the game, when you die, say there's co-op missions in the game you can play, like just single-player story missions that you can play co-op with people. And you go down in one of those missions, you have a 10-second timer. Like, the medic has to get to you within 10 seconds. If there's no medics on your squad, then you're going to die. And you will not be revived until they get to the next checkpoint, which isn't very far usually. But sometimes it's very hard to get to because of the objective that's on the way. So they have these things called respawn tokens that you can pay for, real money, and you use this respawn token to respawn right away. And it'll just pick you up. Some of the respawn tokens I've got for free, so I have like 5 of them in my inventory. So I've used like a couple of them, and doing like some of the co-op missions gave me some. Like it said, like, oh, you completed this mission. Here's 5,000 cash, and here's a respawn token for completing the mission. Like I said, the graphics are not very good. They're not horrible either. They're similar to like. Have you ever played Homefront?
I haven't.
No, I didn't play the first one.
Well, if you played either one, the graphics are similar to Homefront. Like, they're not bad, but they're not like. They don't seem like next gen graphics.
Wasn't this a 360 game before?
I have no idea. I know it's on PC for free. I know it's been on PC. I know it was a big launch for them launching it on consoles this week. So with that being said, I did a lot of the co-op missions. The co-op missions are kind of cool. I mean, you're really just kind of going through like an area, and a lot of times you're like one mission, you jump into a boat, and you're in this boat the whole time going through a river, and you're getting shot at by these enemies on the banks of the river, and you gotta fucking just survive going through the whole river. And like sometimes there'll be something blocking like the river, like there'll be a gate, and you gotta open the gate, so now you gotta get off the boat, with your squad, and like there'll be like a heavy machine gunner there, and the heavy machine gunners they're hard to kill because you can't just kill them. You gotta destroy this backpack that's on their back. So you gotta have like some of your teammates distracting him while the other two go around him in the back and shoot him in the back. While his health goes down, he'll turn around and start shooting at you. The other people gotta shoot at him in the back. It's just like a constant like fucking, you know, just going around circles in this fucking guy, and he's trying to kill you or whatever. A lot of missions are like that. Like one mission, you're like in Afghanistan or something, and you're going through like this city, and you're like in this huge truck, and you got to survive. Same thing. You're getting shot at from the buildings. There's people shooting at you from windows, from rooftops, from the ground, and they'll be like, oh, there's a fucking gunner, heavy gunners right there. Like, we got to kill him before we go to that gate. So now you got to kill the gunner. And so, like, it's like that. It's pretty much like a Call of Duty clone, literally, because there's Team Deathmatch, and you got to rank up before you can play Team Deathmatch. You got to be at least rank 8 or something like that before you can play online, like Versus. So you have to play a lot of co-op missions first. When you get onto the online, there's Team Deathmatch, and that felt really fun. I mean, like Call of Duty, there's 2 teams of 6 or whatever, or 7 or 8 or something like that. And the kill limit is 150 points. You get 1 to 2 points per kill. So you're getting these kills, and like I said, people can be revived. If there's medics on the team, they can revive people. And that felt really fun. That felt just like Call of Duty, man. The only downside to that is if someone has the paid items, like the special helmets or the special guns or the special vest.
Pay to win.
They're going to have a super advantage over you, but it's a free-to-play game. So there's a trade-off there, right? You can either, you know, like choose to play against these people or not. I mean, it's up to you, really. But if you're looking for like a Call of Duty clone, if you're broke, there's this game, Warface.
I do have that on PC. I haven't played it yet.
It's fun.
I have it downloaded.
I do not have it on PC.
Get it on Xbox and just try it out if you don't have the new Black Ops.
Yeah, I'll try it out.
But with that, I'm going to go into the last game I played this week. It's Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Came out yesterday.
Oh.
Downloaded it yesterday. And everybody was saying that it's 50 gigs, was a 50 gig download patch.
Yeah, 49.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I downloaded the game. It was 50 gigs by itself. And that's it. That's it. Like, the game was ready to go, and I played it.
Why were some people saying it was 120?
Well, yeah, that's what I heard. I heard there was a 100 gig day one patch.
Now, apparently...
I think IGN said that.
Apparently, that only applies to PlayStation 4. I think, from what I've read. On Xbox One, though, there was only a 50
Yeah, because I saw John from VGO, it literally, I mean, it showed 50 gigs.
Not for
like
me,
49.8 gigs.
I think what happened was when people bought the game, when you pre-order something on Xbox or PlayStation, on Xbox I know it does it. Because on Xbox, when I pre-ordered Red Dead, it only downloads 200 megabytes right off the bat. It doesn't download the full game.
The license, right? That's what it downloads.
Okay, you own this. When pre-downloads go live, that's when you download the game or something like that. But I think that's what happened with people. People thought that like this thing that they were getting last week or something was like a patch, but it wasn't. I think it was the game downloading for them, and they just didn't realize it.
Yeah, if it has a demo, it's gonna, and if you pre-order it, I'm pretty sure like it'll download like, you know, like the demo as well or something like that, right? Like that's the only exception, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, because for me it was a 50 gig download, and I bought it yesterday afternoon, like at noon or something. So me and Ives played yesterday from 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. We played a long fucking time, like 8 hours straight, dude. And this is straight. This is like back to 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 back mission, like team deathmatch. It was a fucking blast, dude. It was the most fun I've ever had in a long time. In a moment there, my brother joined the party, his friends joined the party, I had other people join the party. We had like 12 people in the party. We didn't have enough room in our squad to get everybody in a game together. You know what I mean?
Gosh dang it, Jesus.
It felt,
why are you doing this to me, man?
It felt like the Titanfall days. Like, Titanfall 1, everyone's on there. Everyone's fucking hyped. Everyone's in there like, fuck yeah, Call of Duty, woo! Dude, it was so much fucking fun, man. Like,
did you try, both of you try the Blackout mode or no?
No, I am just not really a Battle Royale person. And he was the team leader or whatever, so he wasn't going into that mode. 90% of the time we played Team Deathmatch. And that just alone, dude.
That's where the meat of it is, right? I mean, especially for any Call of Duty.
Well, I think a lot of it now, I think that Blackout mode is going to change Call of Duty. Like, that's going to be a mode in Call of Duty now.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, because all the positive feedback from that game is just from Blackout mode. Everything else, everyone was bashing this game, but when Blackout came out, the beta came out, people were like in love with it. I didn't try it, so I can't say.
That's what I'm telling you right now. I'm giving you good feedback on the Team Deathmatch mode.
Right.
The abilities of the characters. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I think there's 10 of them, or 12 or 13. I think there's 10 though. Anyways, you got these guys. You can pick them, and they'll each have an ability to them. So like Ajax, he has a shield. Torque, he can put down these barricades, and his special ability is putting down like this huge barricade that shoots off radiation or heat or something like that kind of like throws off people and damages them if they run at it straight. There's another guy named Nomad. He puts down these like mines, these trip mines, and like they have like a little laser on them. So you shoot one with RB against a wall, you shoot one against the other wall. There's a laser in between that. If somebody runs through that, boom, they're dead. And his other ability, his main ability, I guess they're called supers or specials. Think about it like Overwatch when you get like your main special or whatever. You can press LB and RB together, and his ability for that is getting a dog, and you call in a dog, and the fucking dog will run around the map, or he can follow you around. You can set it to follow you around, or have him run around the map, killing people.
Cool, like a companion. Sweet.
There's that. The kill streaks are kind of hard to get because they're just you just can't die. They're kind of a bitch to get sometimes. But there was a few matches where I got plenty of kill streaks. Lots of fun, dude. It's just an incredible game. I didn't think I would ever be going back to a Call of Duty and enjoying it as much as I have, and this has completely changed my opinion on it. Like, I fucking love this game. I can't stop playing it. Like, earlier today, I've been sick, right? So I've been kind of sleeping on and off today, waking up, trying to sleep in as much as I can to get some rest. But the little bit of time that I was up earlier, what did I play? Team Deathmatch. You know what I mean?
That's where it's at, right?
I might have to get this now because I want to play, some games with people, and that's one game probably.
It's so much fun, man. Like,
gosh dang you, Jesus.
It's just a lot of fun. One thing that I will say to you, if you're an achievement type person and you got to have all the achievements in all the games you play, this game will be kind of difficult for you because all the achievements, I want to say about 95% of the achievements are tied to the zombies.
I like that. It's right. They've always done it that way, right? Like they did that in
before.
Black Ops.
Well, there's no story, so
used to be tied to the campaign.
Yeah.
Now they're tied to the zombies, and like they're really hard achievements. Like some are like get all legendary weapons, 25 legendary weapons, and prestige them all, and like have all superpower weapons, and reach this room or reach this level, reach this, do this, do this. On the Titanic, you need to trigger this. It's just like little shit like that. And honestly, I don't play zombies, so I don't know how difficult that stuff will be. But my brother, being a zombie player, he went to play the new zombies, and he's like, dude, those zombies are hard. I was like, what? He's like, they're fucking hard, man. He's like, I can't play it. I was like, what do you mean you can't play it? He's like, I can't. He's like, it's just, they're too hard. They're too fucking fast.
Do it. That's crazy.
So, I mean, for him, and he has like all the, like in the last Call of Duty, I don't know which one was the one that had like the Spaceland zombie theme. In that one,
Modern
he has
Warfare. Yeah, I forgot which one it was.
Advanced Warfare? Or not Advanced Warfare.
It could be Infinite, right? Infinite Warfare?
Yeah, I think it was Infinite Warfare.
He has all the Easter eggs in that. He has people messaging him on Xbox Live telling him, hey, dude, I'll pay you to get me through the fucking, like, Easter egg. You know what I mean? Like, that's how good he's gotten at that game. In this one, he's like, dude, I can't get fucking kills, man. He's like, these zombies are too fast. They're just too smart. So I told him, like, the only way you're going to get better at it is by playing it, dude. Like, that's how you got really good at the other one, right? All you did was play it, and that's how you got good at it. So he said he's going to continue trying to grind at it and find out all the Easter eggs and all that stuff. Because that's what all zombies is about, is all the Easter eggs. So if you find the Easter eggs, it makes the game way easier. But the team deathmatch is a lot of fun. Hardcore team deathmatch is tricky. No UAV is really hard to play with nowadays that I'm older. But I like it. I got a lot of kills. Last night I was playing hardcore team deathmatch. I got 39 kills and died 5 times. People were pissed. They were rage quitting. They were fucking pissed at me, dude, because I was just destroying everybody. I had like cold-blooded on, dead silence. I had all the perks that make you pretty much invisible and quiet. And I had a suppressor on my gun, so even if they called in UAVs, they couldn't really see me.
Go ahead, sorry.
What were you going to say?
I was going to ask if they fixed the time to kill. Because I know a lot of people were complaining about the time to kill in the beta. It was like taking too long to kill people.
In hardcore, there's never been an issue because you just pretty much burst and kill people.
Yeah.
In the regular mode, though, I will say, equipping a suppressor on your gun, which will hide you from the minimap when you're shooting, equipping that, I would always suggest going with the FMJ attached with the suppressor, like have FMJ and the suppressor on the gun, because that suppressor lowers the damage of the gun when you put it on there, and it just makes it kind of fucking hard to kill somebody, dude. Like, you gotta like shoot them a lot of times in the chest to kill them, or just go for the headshots as much as you can. People do take quite a bit longer to kill on the regular team deathmatch than normal. I mean, I don't know. Last night, like I said, despite that, once you get into the groove of it, you kind of you're in the flow of it. You get used to it, and it's an incredible game, dude. One thing that I am worried about is how many guns are in the game. There's only like 5 assault rifles.
What?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Is this a futuristic game? Is like it set in future? Like what's the date? Like the time frame?
2050. So yeah, kind of.
So they expect us to only have 5 assault rifles in 2050. Or is this like non-realistic at all? Like
it's not realistic at all, man. Like it's just like whatever. Like it's 2050, but whatever.
Right.
Like so pretty much these like guns or whatever, like you can prestige them. Obviously you prestige them, you get better skins. You can put your clan tag on them. You can put your gamer tag on the gun if you prestige it twice or 3 times or whatever the hell. So they're going to have all that in the game. So I'm thinking they're expecting me to prestige my SMG because I'm level 12 on it now. Level 13 or 14 is the max, I think, or 15 or something like that. So I think once I hit that, I might prestige it and see what happens. You can also prestige your character. That's still in the game, of course.
Right.
And I've ran into people that are prestiged already, and it's like, what do you do with your life? You haven't slept for 2 days or something. I'm level 29 or 28. So I've been ranking up quite a bit. Lots of fun, dude. Lots of fun. Like I said, last night it felt like the Titanfall days. Like the moments where everyone wants to get in the game and just be in there, you know, and have fun and play with you. And I tried the blackout mode once. I landed in the same building somebody else landed in, and I was pressing X. I was using my paddles like on my Elite controller, and I have X programmed to the back top right paddle, and I was pressing it to pick up the gun, but the guy wouldn't pick it up. Like he just like stood there and like looked at it, and I was like, X. Do I have to hold X? I don't know, but I was tapping it a lot. It wasn't working, and the dude who ended up killing me, I picked up the gun finally. He knew where I was at. He knew the room I ran into, and he just ran in there and like started shooting at me. And I finally picked up the gun, tried to shoot back, and he killed me. And I was like, "Oh well, that's enough blackout for me for today. I'm gonna go do something that I could be good at." So I played team deathmatch.
You'll get into it eventually, I think. Yeah, once you kind of get the feel of it, and, you know, everybody's gonna be like, "Let's go play some blackout for now," and then we'll come back to team deathmatch. Yeah,
I think blackout's gonna destroy PUBG. I feel like with all these top streamers like Dr. Disrespect and what's the other one? What's the Ghost? What's his name? Ninja.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to play Blackout. I think so. I don't know. Fortnite's probably paying him a lot of money, or Epic anyway.
Yeah, I was hearing last night he was on the Ellen DeGeneres show playing Fortnite with her.
Yeah, I think. Well, Dr. Disrespect, he's already jumped ship to the blackout mode, dude. I follow him on Twitter, and he's been stoked. Like he basically was acting like Dave Chappelle on that meme, with him itching his chin, like, "Hey, got any more blackout?"
For sure.
Like, Eric, I know that
hyped.
you followed him on Twitter, and I saw that you hit the like button a few times. So I was watching some of his G Fuel commercials.
Yeah,
they're pretty funny, actually. I like those.
So weird, dude. Like that dude's he's so full of himself. It's unbelievable.
I like how he's like the bowl. That's headset on.
But yeah, man, I recommend that you buy Blackout if you're into a shooter game. That being said, if you're a Battlefield fan, of course, Battlefield is going to be coming out here in a month or so. So I suggest you maybe wait for that one. Of course, I'll be playing Battlefield 5 when it launches, just as I played this one when it came out. I think it's a lot of fun. But yeah.
And I'll probably pay the $5. Well, I'll pay the $5 early to play it early as well.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna do that. Yep.
So it'll cost me $65.
That's all it is $5 extra to play it early.
Yeah.
EA Access.
That's it for EA Access.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Better be. Well, you'll get a decent amount of time in multiplayer. And there will be like a 2-hour first single-player campaign.
One more thing
it is
that I want to talk about real quick is Project Stream by Google. I got accepted into the beta program.
Tell us more about how that works. I didn't even know this had existed until last week.
So, last week I told you guys about it. Actually, I don't know if I'm under NDA. I don't think I am. So, I read the email. I don't say anything about talking about it. So, I messed with that a little bit. So, pretty much all you need is a 25 megabyte internet per second minimum connection to the game to be able to play it. And pretty much this is what you do. You launch it, and it'll say, log into your Ubisoft account. You log into it. The game goes. It just works. It fucking works. You can hook up your Xbox controller to your laptop, your PS4 controller, your Steam controller. You can use mouse and keyboard if you want to. And you're playing the game. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
How are you? Is it a program? Is it the Uplay app, or what program are you
Project Stream is a new project by Google to stream games to any device that has an internet connection with a screen and a controller tied to it or whatever. Pretty much like the xCloud that we talked about last week with Microsoft announcing that they're going to stream Xbox games to any screen in the world that has internet connection. Same thing. And I'm a believer. This is going to work. I'm worried, though, how this is going to change the future of gaming for everyone, because when that happens, say this goes through, right? Like, say this becomes a success. Everyone's down for it. Everyone likes it. Everyone joins up. Google, it's free. You don't have to pay a subscription fee for it. You don't got to pay like Xbox Live or nothing. You just use your Google account and you log into Uplay or you log into Origins. I mean, at what point are we going to just be paying like Ubisoft $100, EA $100, Activision $100?
It's going to happen sooner than later,
Enix, $100. Let's say Microsoft Studios, we'll pay them the $10 for Game Pass a month. So like instead of $100 a year, we're going to pay them $120 a year. I mean, at what point is it going to be just publishers selling us licenses to rent or stream their game? We're pretty much renting them because you're not ever owning them. Because Game Pass, you don't own the games. They say, oh, you can download them.
But you can play them for now.
You lose internet connection on Game Pass, you're fucked. Your shit will not work. It'll just tell you, like, sorry, put in a disc. It's not working. Sorry, we don't see
you don't own this. You can't play it.
Yep. So, you don't never own the games. You're always renting them. Think of it as a rental. Like, Netflix is a rental. It's a streaming service that's a rental. You're renting the movies that you see on there, the shows you see on there. You're renting them because you're paying them per month to rent those things. At what point do all the publishers just say like, fuck it, dude, pay us $100, or like Xbox is asking us to pay them $120 a year because it's $10 a month for Game Pass. Like, we don't see the big picture. We're seeing like, oh, it's just $10 a month, but in a year you're spending $120 on this service.
Yes,
which is still worth it because if you're playing two of their games that are exclusives and they're both $60 titles, like you can justify it that way, right? You're saying, I would have bought these two titles anyways, but if with this price I'm getting this plus all the other games, so you can justify it that way. But like EA can charge us $100 or $120 a year. Ubisoft $120 a year. I mean, at what point does it come to the point where you're like, well, fuck, I can afford EA, I cannot afford Ubisoft this time. Like,
but it's good to have that choice, right? I mean, you will have that choice to say, yeah, I'm going to stay all Xbox, or, and I'm sure Sony's going to do like, that same thing, right?
There's going to be developer wars, and there's going to be no more console wars. It's going to be developer wars. So
it's going to be.
I'm loyal to Ubisoft. I'm loyal to Rockstar.
I'm an Activision guy. Yeah, fuck you, man.
Well, I mean, it was like back in the day when you went to buy a cassette tape or a CD, right? You could buy and now it's like you can just kind of pick and choose and listen to what you want. You don't have to purchase it.
But I think that's the future that we're headed towards, where we will be subscribed to every publisher out there. And I think it'll be a matter of time before... It won't be this gen. It won't be next gen. They're going to be consoles. But it'll be a point in time in the future, say 10, 20 years from now, where a developer like Ubisoft or EA could just be like, you know what? Fuck Xbox and fuck PlayStation. We're not developing for those systems anymore. We're streaming. Fuck you guys.
Oh, yeah, true.
If you want to stream our stuff, you can download an app on those consoles to stream it, or just download an app on your TV or download an app on your phone. We'll stream our games to you. You don't need a console to play our stuff.
And I think that's why, and I think, like you said, and I think that's why we see Microsoft right now purchasing these studios to make these exclusives, because they know they see that coming down the road.
They totally see that coming. And I think both Microsoft is in a good position. They own a lot of cloud stuff. They have so much cloud infrastructure built up for their systems, for other Windows systems and stuff. They're going to be in a good position. And I think people are not counting Sony because they don't see Sony investing in this. But Sony already has invested $1 billion, like in their cloud system. They got Gaikai, they got all these other infrastructure systems that they've purchased that people don't realize that they're also gearing up for this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but they gotta change their whole structure of their streaming service because it's horrible. It's just too expensive.
But they are investing in it. So they bought Gaikai in the past, and they bought another company recently that people just don't realize that they bought. They bought this other company that does streaming as well. EA, they've done the same thing. They bought up GameFly, the GameFly streaming. They bought GameFly, but specifically the GameFly streaming. You know how GameFly was doing like PC streaming? Well, they've bought that branch of whatever the fuck, that company, whatever the hell it was called. They bought that from GameFly. So like GameFly doesn't own that company anymore. That's why GameFly doesn't have the streaming stuff anymore.
And Eric, you work for a cable company, right? So you see a lot of the infrastructure and
I mean, what is it? You said 20 megs of internet. That is recommended.
25 megabytes. That's nothing, right?
That's nothing. I mean, we don't even offer that internet package for my company. The lowest we offer is 30, and a bunch of old people get it that don't even stream. Yeah. Like we tell customers, if you're planning on streaming, you're going to need at least 100.
100, yeah, 100.
Yeah, because you're going to have so many devices. You're going to need a dual band modem or a tri-band modem to do this, because you're going to have people running on a 2.4 network. You're going to have probably 6 or 7 devices on this 2.4 network. You're going to have to be connected to a 5G network or the other 5G network on a tri-band modem. So it's just you on that network and not getting any interruptions.
That's how I run my Xbox. My Xbox, me and my brother, we're both connected our Xboxes to the 5G network, and I have mine wired and his is wireless. But all our other devices, like our phones, our laptops, everything else is connected to a 2.4, because we're like, fuck that. We don't want to mess with our connections.
Right.
And we have awesome connections to it. When downloading games, I download games like 200 megabytes easily.
Yeah.
Like, it's always hitting 200. Like,
whenever you're streaming or gaming, this is a little pro tip, you always want to be connected to the 5G network. And being connected to a 5G network is essentially the same as being hardlined into the modem wirelessly.
So it sounds like whatever I'm doing it correctly with Comcast. I think it's 125 meg is what they set it up at. And then anything for our devices that we have, our iPads, our iPhones.
Yep. You want to put on the 2.4.
Because my Xbox is hardwired. My other devices are hardwired into the living room next to the modem itself. And then I use the 2.4 for the wireless devices.
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly.
Good.
So,
I got it set up right.
We've all had the internet to do this, but I mean, there's people obviously in the South and other states in the Midwest. Like Alyssa, for example, Iams' girlfriend, you know, she said it before, like, my fastest internet is, what did she say when she was on the show? Like 5
It was really low.
megabytes? Like 5 megabytes per second?
She's down in Alabama. I mean, who knows if she's near...
She said her download is 5 megabytes, and her upload is like 2.5.
That's horrible.
And that's the highest speed she can get because AT&T is the only provider in her area.
Yeah,
and
they're
that's
garbage.
that's their mega speed, or their high speed that they have there. And I'm like, that's terrible, dude. But I mean, you got to account that this will not happen overnight. This streaming stuff is not going to just take off next month or 2 weeks from now.
Especially not in the United States, because our internet here isn't as good as Japan or China or whatever.
Korea has like 300 megabytes on fucking public Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, there's no one that's truly doing fiber optic. I mean, they'll tell you, oh, we got fiber.
Yeah.
They're only doing that to sell you. No one is truly doing fiber. If they were, then everyone would be doing fiber optic.
The only place I saw doing fiber was...
It is expensive, yeah.
The only places I saw it, Eric, was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I remember when they were installing it, and they're probably still doing it. And then also, you know, Mountain View, Cupertino, or not far from where I live, which is where,
But that's where all the big
Apple and Google are.
at, man. You know,
Well, yeah, that's the
And you
big
get free
test
Wi-Fi
market.
there.
That's the test market. You know, they're gonna put the stuff in a big city to test it, and basically it's a stress test for the fiber optic. I mean, they tried Google Fiber, and they don't even do that anymore. Google doesn't do Google Fiber anymore.
they got rid of it.
They got rid of it, yeah. Because people were doing it much cheaper, and so it was running them not out of business, but it was just causing people to go to the cheaper route.
I mean, they were going to try to install that here in Portland, the Google Fiber, and Portland was like, no, fuck you. It costs too much money to install it.
I remember that was like 15, 20 years ago. They were trying to, this fiber is like, it'll change the world.
And it will change
it's
the world.
going to. It's going to be here soon. Within the next 10 years, we're all going to pretty much have fiber optic.
If you think about the internet that I had when I started this podcast, I had I think I had like probably 50 megabyte download when I started the podcast. This was 4 fucking years ago. I had 50 megabyte download and like 25 or 30 upload or 20 upload or whatever, 10 upload, some shit like that, right? Now I'm running on like 300 megabyte download.
Yeah.
With like 25 upload. You know, so it's like 5 times the speed that I was doing this, 4 years ago, I have now for the same price.
Yep.
So it's like, it's going to increase, man. And like, I can get a gigabyte or whatever the fuck for like 25 or 50 more bucks a month.
You don't need that, though, to be honest.
I don't, because I just have my Xbox connected to this thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much, like, that's what runs most of my internet.
The only reason people get it is to show it off. Look what I got. I got a gig.
And honestly, when I had a gig, I had gig speed for a while there. And having that, I was downloading games like at 250 megabytes to 300 megabytes a second. Now, without it, I'm still doing 200 because my internet's at 300. So, not much of a difference. Paying a little bit less. So, but I mean, it's crazy, man. So, we'll see what happens in the future with all this stuff. I think it's interesting, and I think a lot of more companies are going to be moving this direction in the future.
Yeah, like a Netflix kind of deal, man.
Mm-hmm. But
Absolutely.
that's all I have, man, for you guys on what I played this week. 'Cause I know I went for a long time. I apologize, but go ahead, guys. Go ahead, Gunny or Eric, whichever one wants to go.
Eric,
first.
go ahead. I want to hear you talk about some more Spider-Man and that other game.
Yeah. I've been playing Spider-Man, and I don't have a lot of time to game just because of the amount of work I've been doing, and just my wife wants attention, so I give it to her. And so I don't know. I think I'm about 55, 60% through the game. But yeah, dude, I'm loving it. I love that game. It's not my game of the year, but it's like in the top 3 for sure.
Cool.
I enjoy just going right into the game and just web slinging all over the place, and then just doing little side missions here and there. So I enjoy it. I love that game. And if no one's played that yet, I recommend getting a PlayStation to to be able to play that game.
I got an email yesterday, Eric. I got it yesterday. It said, "Hey, guess what's back in stock at GameStop? The PS4 Pro." And I'm like, "Oh, I want one of those to play it in 4K."
I'll be like, I remember giving PlayStation a lot of crap a while ago.
Now you're like always playing Destiny and Spider-Man.
Yeah, dude. Dude, PlayStation's got good games, and they got good games coming up. And I'm a big single player game guy, so being able to play Spider-Man, God of War, all these other single player games, I'm really enjoying it. And I probably won't buy the Scarlet. I'll probably buy the PS5, to be completely honest.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, what can you put into the new Xbox that's not already in there? I mean, I don't care. I don't care about frame. I don't care about.
Wait.
He's going with the clear winner.
Motherfucker, you.
He's going with the clear winner.
Microsoft acquired 5 studios this year, and rumor has it that they're going to acquire Obsidian here pretty soon.
Yep.
Rumor has it that at XO 2018, which is the event they're doing in November in Mexico City, that they're going to announce their new Fable game. They're going to have like a trailer for it. So rumor has it, man, like Microsoft is gearing up to like start pumping out their games. And say the Scarlet doesn't come out till 2020, 2021 even.
Oh,
that gives them enough time to develop some pretty good games with all their new studios that they've acquired. And they may have pretty damn good exclusives with launch, dude.
But you're telling me that those exclusives aren't going to be on the One X, they'll just be on the Scarlet?
Yeah,
well,
that's the
Ratchet
thing, right? You're probably right. They probably would be on the One X.
I mean, they'd be really stupid not to put it on the One X.
What if they said, like, no, screw that. We're completely, like, this is a new gen. Old Xbox One's dead. This is the Xbox One 2 Scarlet.
It's exactly that's what Sony did. And look at the backlash they're getting for not getting backwards compatibility. I mean, you can't play PS3 games on the PS4 when on the PS2 you could play PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
I thought it was I thought it was 3 you can play 2 games.
I don't know.
On the PS3 original, you could play PS1 and PS2 games.
Yeah.
On that big fat console.
But it took them forever to unlock that.
With the One X, dude, I love my One X. I really do. I just don't care really about the frame rates. Like the playing with 30 frames, it's fine. I'm totally fine playing 30 frames. 60 frames, that's great. I mean, if they can give me more than 60 frames, I might think about it. But like I said, I'm completely content with playing at 30 frames, playing at 1080, and enjoying my game.
The problem with that, Eric, though, is I don't think they're going to focus on more than 60 frames because most TVs don't support that. Most TVs that people are gaming their consoles on don't support more than 60 frames a second. Like right now on your Xbox One, you can play with the frame rates unlocked. Like you can use the FreeSync if you have a FreeSync monitor. So if you go out and buy one of these special PC monitors that could do, 200 frames a second or whatever, you might see higher frame rates on games like Forza or Gears of War or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's only specific to those monitors. And like, for example, like a lot of these monitors don't display in 4K. The game will display at 1440p instead. But
which is still good.
But let's say Forza Horizon 4, for example, I know it displays at 1440p, but it can hit like 100 frames a second. So like, you're trading off there, right? You're trading off the 4K for lower resolution, still good resolution, way over 1080p, but you're getting 100 frames a second. You're getting 40 more frames a second, more smoother experience. It's what you want to trade off on. I mean, I think most people, and Microsoft knows this because a lot of people I don't think have bought the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro for the fact that like 4K is here, but like a lot of people still don't have 4K TVs.
True.
Yeah, like I don't have a 4K TV.
Exactly, like a lot of people don't, man.
But like I don't see the need of getting a 4K TV. My games look good already. Like I'm satisfied with how my games look. Yeah. So I don't feel the need to go get a 4K TV.
A lot of people don't, and that's the reason why I don't think we're gonna see like Microsoft or Sony on the next gen systems be like, this system can display a resolution of 5K. Like, they just won't do it. You know? Do you think
the checkerboarding that the One X does, you know, because that system pushes your TV and everything to the limits. Do you think that's actually hindered them from, you know, encouraging people to go get a 4K TV to actually see the true power of the One X?
Yeah, I think it has. I think a lot of people that own the Xbox One and the Xbox and the PS4, like they feel like, if I get a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, like what are the benefits, right? Like,
right.
My TV is 1080p. Like, I'm gonna see smoother lines. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna see darker darks.
Yeah,
but I think
better shadows.
People,
you know.
Oh.
I think most people, unlike us, they're gonna see them as equals, right? Oh, they both do the same thing. They both do 4K. They both do HDR. Oh, okay.
People don't give a shit about that. The only people that give a shit about specs are people like us who like are into video games, and we cover the news and we cover everything. And
we want the new shiny.
Isn't it?
We want the newest hardware because we know about it. We read everything into it. Like, I have friends of mine, dude, that think like GTA 6 is coming out next year. And I'm like, where the fuck did you hear this? like one of
I have people I talk to, they're like, I used to play that GTA top-down game. I'm like, yeah, they've come a long way.
Like
Jesus,
one of my friends,
that made me choke hearing that.
One of my friends, like, literally told me, he was like, well, isn't GTA 6, like, I'm going to wait for the new like, I told him, are you going to get Red Dead 2? He's like, what's that? I'm like, this the new game by Rockstar Games, you know, they make Grand Theft Auto. He's like, no, but I'm going to get the GTA 6 when it comes out next year.
It comes out next year.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck told you this? Like, where did you get this news? Like, fuck, I didn't hear about this. You know what I mean?
Oh, I heard it's been on Reddit. That's where they've been. They're like Reddit.
Kotaku's always right.
It's just the average person doesn't know shit about the news in the video game industry, and they don't care because they don't have to care. They're just playing the games because they like them. Like, whatever, dude. I like Call of Duty. I buy Call of Duty every year. That's what I play every year.
Video games just to play sports games, Madden or FIFA, or even freaking Fortnite.
Yeah.
I have a friend. I have told him multiple times, like, bro, you should get this game. We should play together. He's like, nah, I just want to play Fortnite. Why do you want to just play Fortnite? You don't want to play just one game? He's like, I just enjoy it. I'm like, man.
Yeah, some people are out there. They just want to play that one game, and
totally.
I've met a few of them. They're just like, yeah, I just play Call of Duty, dude.
You guys remember me playing just nothing but Gears of War 4?
Oh yeah.
I played so much of that game. I ended up getting burned out from it to the point where I didn't care, and I stopped following it. I stopped playing it. I mean, at some point, fatigue's going to set into these people, and they're going to want to play different games.
Well, look at me with PUBG. The whole reason I didn't really try Blackout yesterday was because for the last month and a half, I've been playing so much damn PUBG that I'm like, I don't want to play a Battle Royale right now. Like, I want to play Team Deathmatch. You know, I want to respawn.
Yeah, you're Battle Royale out.
Yeah, for now. You know, it might go back to it later, but right now I am Battle Royale out.
Yeah, doesn't matter what game it is, sure.
So another game that I've been playing is Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Laura.
You know, it's really hard to play this game. I have gotten I'll just say where I'm at. It's really in the beginning. Back to where you meet up with what's that dude's name?
Jonah?
Yeah, and you pull out that worm out of his arm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm like in the beginning of the game. It's so hard to really concentrate on this game because Spider-Man has consumed me, and it's hard to try to, go back and forth between each game. So I pick at that game just a little bit, and then once I lose my attention on it, I kind of just go back to Spider-Man. Another game I played is something that I've never even thought I would play before is Ratchet and Clank.
Wow, I didn't expect you to play that.
Well, yeah, I picked it up.
Is that the latest one?
Yeah. It's kind of like a remake.
The graphics look pretty good on it.
Yeah, no, the graphics are good. It's actually a really fun game. I've actually been playing a lot of PlayStation, just normal OG PlayStation, playing a lot of Crash Bandicoot. I was playing a lot of Spyro. My wife loves Crash. She'll play that so much. So we've been playing tons of Crash 2 and just
How are you playing these games? On an original PS1 or you got the streaming service?
Oh, I went out and bought a regular or original PlayStation.
Oh, wow. Are you going to pre-order the...
No.
What is it? The mini? What are they calling it? The retro? I'm not even sure.
PlayStation Classic. I'm not...
Classic, yeah.
They haven't even said any other details, like what other games are coming out. They've only given...
Yeah, they just kind of announced the 20, right? I'm sure there's going to be more to follow.
I can't pay $100 for that
Dude.
and spend $2, $3 on the games that are going to be on the system. So I'm not even going to worry about it. And
I'm kind of sick of all this shit with the classic consoles. Why can't people just follow suit with what Microsoft is doing? Microsoft is like, look, dude, like, we're not going to sell you a class. If I was Microsoft, I would make a fucking commercial like this. I'd have like, I'd show the Nintendo Classic. I'd show the PS1 Classic. And then I'd be like, Xbox One on. And then I'd turn the Xbox One on. And then I'd be like, oh, look at this. I have my classic Xbox One, my Xbox original games on here. Let's just play these.
Fusion Frenzy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Fusion Frenzy.
Just play your fucking original games on your current console. You know what I mean? Like, don't.
I can play
this shit.
Force.
Yeah, like I could play these old games on my current console. What? If I was their marketing team, I'd make a commercial like that because
it's
stupid.
It's so much cheaper just to go out to your local game store and buy the
PS1.
Yeah,
PS1.
I spent $30 on it.
I can find a PS1 right now for like $30. Yeah, $40 maybe 50 if it comes with like an extra controller or something.
I can get an original Xbox for $40. I can get a PlayStation 2 for $40. I can get a PlayStation 3 for $50. I mean, they're not.
I think the Xbox 360 is $60, right? Somewhere in that.
I can get an N64 for $45. And I can go get the games. Like this game store that I go to, shout out Disc Traders of Lansing. I literally they have a whole case of just N64 games, a bunch of games. So it's so much cheaper just to do it that route. Don't buy these stupid classic things. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah, just
no. They'll sit on shelves. They'll collect dust.
The problem is that like, and these companies know it too. Like Nintendo knows it, dude. They know it. They'll release only so many of them to create this fake like hype. I think, you know what I mean? They'll be like, "Oh, it's sold out everywhere. Don't know what people are gonna do. You got.
What do we do? Oh wait, we're gonna announce more later on. Keep following this Twitter account.
Yeah, we're gonna buy them on eBay for like $800, guys.
Right?
We don't know. We just can't make enough of these fucking things. And then like, it's like really, dude, you can't make enough. Really, you can make enough Switches, but you can't make enough of this old ass technology that's like running on an emulator, like a Raspberry Pi type thing. You're telling me you really can't make enough of these? Seriously, dude? Really? It's like they have the manufacturing power to make enough of anything in the world. If Apple can make 1 million fucking iPhone SXs or whatever the fuck and release them all in a week, How the fuck can Nintendo and Sony not make enough of these classic consoles to release them, on launch day? It's just like this fake. They create this fake hype to say like, we're gonna make 1 million. Let's see if we sell those 1 million. Oh, we sold them all. Okay, now let's make the order for the next 1 million. It's like they wait. They won't never make over. Like they don't want to flood the market with them, so they don't make more than they need to. But it's kind of stupid because it's like everybody's paying these ridiculous prices for these stupid systems that the scalpers benefit from. Because it's not like Nintendo makes more money off of it. It's just the scalpers do.
Just like that new PlayStation 4 that came out.
The red one, right? The
blue one.
Oh, yeah, the blue one. Yeah.
Yeah, because people know there's only 50,000 of them made. Yeah. So you grab it. They're probably right now on eBay for like $2,000.
I've been on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace for like a few times now. I get on there sometimes to see if I could find a cheap PS4 Pro, right? The cheapest one I found was $275 or something, but it looked kind of dusty and dirty. It looked like it wasn't taken good care of. But like, of course, without a doubt, there's always one of those red ones, the Spiderman one. Spiderman, sealed, brand new, $700. or they'll be like selling,
new. It's like new.
They'll be selling that fucking see-through one, number 21,000 out of 50,000. Sealed in bag and all this shit, receipt to prove where they bought it from or whatever. I want $1,000. I'm like, really, dude? You want $1,000 for that? No one. I don't.
No one's gonna pay for that.
Fucking buy that. No one's gonna buy that. Who the fuck?
No.
If you're stupid enough to buy a PS4 Pro that's see-through for $1,000 just because it's see-through, you're just stupid. There's no way
Jesus, it's limited, man. I gotta get it.
I don't care.
It's limited. On the shelf.
It's gonna sit in the box for like 30 years and collect money. Okay. But no, back to Ratchet and Clank. That's like a fun game to play. That's a game where you can just sit back. Dude. Yeah, dude. It's so funny. Like I was cracking up at the robot, dude. I'm new to the game, so I don't really remember the people except Ratchet.
The one that came out recently?
Yeah, and it was just free. It was free for PlayStation. So, I mean, I picked it up, and I actually played it, and I was really enjoying it. I was cracking up at the robot, dude.
When you beat it, or even before you beat it, watch the movie on Netflix, the Ratchet and Clank movie. It's based on that game. Like,
oh, is it?
Yes. The movie and the game are pretty much the same exact story. Like, the same exact story. Like,
it's a good movie?
It's a fucking funny-ass movie. It looks just like the game. It looks good. The game looks incredible, man.
Yeah, the game looks great.
The game looks just like the movie. That's how good they did the graphics on the game. And yeah, so the movie's just the same story, and it's fun. I liked it. My kid liked it.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I'll probably be playing more of that. That was it. That's it for me. Let me think though. I think that's about it. I got yelled at for buying Spiderman for my wife, so I haven't bought any new games lately. Because I was playing it.
Did she get mad at you for buying Tomb Raider?
Shh, she don't know that.
Right. Sorry.
Quieter, Gunny.
No, I was playing Spider-Man, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm playing Spider-Man." Is this a new game? And I'm like, "Oh crap!"
How do I answer
Spider-Man's
that?
old. It's new to me. And she's like, oh, I just spent money on you for a football game. And then you got this. I'm like, oh, I had the money then. She's like, it doesn't matter. I mean, she wasn't like really mad, but she was just like, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Dude, and that's
even worse than being mad at you.
Oh, yeah.
You're disappointed. What does that even mean? I don't understand if you say you're mad, but disappointed, like that's another level, dude.
She got over it the next day.
Awesome. That's cool, man. I'm glad you're enjoying your PlayStation. You're right. I feel like I've always said it before, and I'll say it again. PlayStation to me seems like a single player centric system where people that like to enjoy single player games are gonna have a fucking blast on that system because they have so many of them. You know?
Like I'm excited for the next one that's coming out, Days Gone. I'm excited for it.
It looks
sweet. Yeah. I'm not excited for all the other games that are coming out that day because I want to play. I want to play Metro Exodus too.
Yes.
Dude.
That game looks incredible.
Speaking of Days Gone, you guys know that Overkill's The Walking Dead game comes out here pretty soon too. Like, I didn't realize that it comes out like this month.
I completely forgot about that game.
Next week, it comes out.
I think I have it on the calendar. Maybe I don't know, but I do. I mean,
they didn't promote that at all.
I haven't seen a trailer for it. Not even one trailer for it. Like, I have no idea what the fuck. Like, I know it's made by Overkill, and I know it's called Overkill's The Walking Dead. That's what it's called. And I've seen it like on the recent launches on Xbox. It says like coming up soon, and it's like October 20th or something like that, or 19th or something. Like, this game comes out. I'm like, is anyone gonna buy that? Is it a co-op game? Is it a single player game? I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't. We only just saw the one trailer at E3, and I think they just continue to show that one trailer, one or two trailers.
Weird.
Anyways. Hey, but I think we might have some news later on about that.
Okay.
That relates to that. If not, I'll also bring that up.
Go ahead, Gunny. What are you playing?
I've been playing some Forza Horizon 4.
How is that? Because I downloaded it and I haven't played it yet.
I've fallen off of it since I got into AC Odyssey. I was like, fuck, what do I play? It's so hard, man. You got AC Odyssey, you got Black Ops, right? You got fucking Forza Horizon.
And you figure like the majority, like, of, when I'm at work is between that Thursday and, or, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday thing. But I did have to stop playing Horizon just to play AC Odyssey. I wanted to, get some equal time in there, but so far it feels really good. It reminds me a bit of the racing. Reminds me of Horizon 2, and that's what I really enjoyed. That was like, I'd say that's my favorite so far, is Horizon 2. But this is getting to the same place. I'm enjoying it. It's the same thing. It's just like, hey, you're in the UK, so it's like it's got that new skin on it, and you're driving around your favorite cars and doing this same bit that you're doing.
So like, what do you do in it? Like, just roam around in a car? Yeah,
you can join. You can go to each checkpoint on the map and do like a dirt race, or go visit a beauty spot to basically
take a picture.
Take pictures of that, or I think at any time you can just do. Is it
sounds like a GTA clone?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, right, John. Sure, John. Podcast. Yeah, I also did a podcast with Derek from the Blaze Experience on Forza Horizon 4, and I think that was one of the questions he asked was, "What do you do?" I'm like, "You just get in there and just drive fast."
Really? That's honestly what you do. I mean, my favorite car, I've found it already. I think it's the Nissan Skyline. I got it souped up to like a level S now, so it's like a supercar, super fucking fast. And I got the Paul Walker skin on it, so it looks like one of the. Oh yeah, it looks like his car from like Fast and the Furious, the gray car with the blue side and like the blue wing on it and all that shit. It looks cool.
Have you skins. There's like a Halo event, isn't there? Like an Easter egg?
Yes, there is. It's so much fun, dude. Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, man.
I haven't reached that mission yet.
It's cool as shit. You just kind of run into it, and it's like Cortana's with you, and you're Master Chief, and you're in the Warhog. And it's like you're racing against a Pelican, one of the planes or the helicopter things, and it's like, we need extraction. It's like, okay, meet us at this location in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So you got to haul ass, and then you got like other soldiers with their warhogs racing next to you, trying to get to the location. And Cortana's doing all these, like, look at these ancient structures. Like you're driving by a house. She's like, what is this ancient structure right here? It's fucking hilarious.
And I also hear the music is going from Halo as well.
Yeah,
that's cool. I can't wait to do that mission.
Yeah, it's the Halo 5 theme song. And then, like, once you beat the mission, like, if you play the classical music station, that song will come up once in a while, like the Halo theme song. It'll just be playing, like, in the classical music station. It'll be like, oh, we got this song from Halo or something like that. And then they'll just play it, and it'll just be playing. It's fucking
I cool. Can see it being in that station, in that radio station. Yeah, for sure.
It's like an orchestra station where, like, all they play is, like, orchestra music or whatever. So, like, they got that in there. It's awesome. I liked it a lot. Forza
Yeah,
Horizon 4 is fun, dude.
Yeah, and basically I think the last time I played it, no, it was the other day I was playing it and I just like got in there and, it showed like the card packs and stuff, all the things you can buy. But I just got the Game Pass edition.
Yeah.
One of the cars that I bought, like in-game money, trying to think of what it was. It might have been the Bugatti.
Oh, nice.
But they, how they try to feature, certain cars.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you kind of want this Audi, don't you? I bet you want this Audi right here. Like, all right, fine, I'll take that Audi A7 or whatever it is, right? And, you can go into the shop.
You really want this crack cocaine. You really... Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I guess
Let me look at it. Let me see what the specs are on it,
What are the specs on this cocaine?
Man, what does it got, man? Can I, upgrade the muffler on this thing and the sway bars and the tires? And, yeah, you can totally get in there and just, upgrade all that shit, man.
What I don't like is how in the menus, when you want to paint a car, you have to go to the garage. You have to go to your house, first of all. Go to your garage, tab over to the garage tab. You have to select the car, so you have to get into the car you want to paint. And then you have to go tab over to the paint section, click on that. Then you got to download the paint, whatever skin you want to put on there. So then you go through all the skins, and you put a skin on there. And then, so you want to paint your next car, you got to back out of the way, go back to select the car, select the next car. It's like, they couldn't have made this fucking easier. Like, why can't I just tab over to a next car if I'm in the paint section? You know what I mean?
Right. It's like in Forza Horizon 3, and I get a little confused too with the vanilla Forza games.
Yeah.
As well. It could be like I'm thinking, oh, they did that in Forza 7 or so I'm going to go back and just say, for example, Forza 7 was like, here's your this is your fleet of cars. You own all these vehicles. These are all the ones you don't own that you'd like to own. And I don't know if Forza Horizon 3 did that or not. But in this one, it's not so much in your face, as far as all the vehicles that you own. Because you'll be like, wait a minute, I unlocked this pack, but I still have to purchase the vehicles. And they're not super expensive.
They did a little thing in this game where you get to a point where they unlock all these missions, because missions, you'll do a race and more missions always pop up. Well, there was this point where I reached where I did this showcase mission. I think it was the Halo one actually, and then a bunch of more missions popped up. So I'm driving and I'm like, this mission looks cool. So I drove there and I launched the mission and it's like, whoa, sir, you don't own this car. Do you want to buy this car? And I was like, yes, buy the car. And it was like, oh, it seems like this car is a DLC car.
Oh,
you gotta pay us $10 to buy the James Bond pack. I was like,
hey,
why is this in the game if I didn't buy the DLC? Why are you showing me the mission on my map? Clearly showing that I haven't finished it, but I can't finish it unless I pay you $10 for the James Bond pack. I just... You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't...
Well, wait a minute. So you couldn't choose... could you choose a different vehicle to race in that? Or was it exclusive to that James Bond pack?
You have to use the James Bond, one of his cars, from one of the movies. You got to use that car. And it's like, oh, you don't own it. Sorry, dude. You got to pay us. And it's like, fuck you. I'm not paying you. And they took me to the Microsoft store and everything else. I'm not paying $40 for the VIP pass or $10 for this DLC. I'm not doing it, so screw you. I backed out and I left that mission, but I just hate that it shows me that mission there, you know what I mean? Because I did all the other races in that city. They're all done. Except for that one icon. It doesn't have the check mark on it, so it's annoying. Okay. It's there.
Yeah, I had no idea that this game did that. I thought they had kind of changed their ways, especially with microtransactions. I know that they exist, but I thought, okay, those are just optional, but apparently that's not the case at all. But what can I say? It's, don't buy the game, pay the $10, play Forza Horizon 4. The other game, anything else on that, Jesus?
I just wonder I want to know, at the end of the year, how well it turns out for all these publishers that went with Game Pass. I know they're all owned by Microsoft, so, all these studios are owned by Microsoft, so at the end of the day, I want to know how well, financially, how well Forza Horizon 4 turned out for Playground Games. You know what I mean? Or State of
Like,
Decay
for
2
example-
for Undead Labs. Like, I want to know if they made enough money on that, like they thought they were going to, or if they're like, fuck this Game Pass shit. This sucks. We don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? I want to know what
Do you think they're making money from the Game Pass? Like they're getting some sort of cut from the Game Pass?
Have to. There's no way they just like, even if they're owned by Microsoft.
They still kind of operate independently in some fashion, right? I'm sure, as far as like the books
they still
go.
have to make money to pay their employees. Like,
well, I always thought this was a bad idea because when they came out with what was the first Microsoft game that came to the Game Pass?
Wasn't it State of Decay?
Was it State of Decay 2?
Oh, no, Sea of Thieves. Remember that?
Yes.
Yes, I thought it would. When they said that, all these Microsoft games are going to be coming to the Game Pass, I thought it was going to hurt them. I'm like, there's no publishers that are going to want to work with you because their games are going to basically be free, and they're not going to be making money off the games.
But you see, they're not putting everybody's game on their launch day. They're putting third party. Third party is usually like older games. Like they have a lot of older games from a lot of studios that they just know that no one's buying those games anymore. Like no one's buying Metro 2033 anymore. Like
right.
The only time they're buying them is when they do a sale of it for like $7, and they're getting fucking $7 out of that. You know what I mean? Like, and they still got to.
And I almost felt like they were giving away Halo 5 at one point, right? And they were like, Halo "That's going to go on there."
Halo 5 has been so cheap, like $20 you can buy a new copy. Master Chief Collection, you can buy a new copy for like $10 at GameStop. So like all these games are older, but like they're first party studios. I feel like I want to know how they're doing financially because they're telling like they told Rare like, yo, you're making this new IP, Sea of Thieves, this brand new fucking game for our console exclusive, but
maybe they're just paying them more money.
Do you remember we read a story on
or what if this was all just a test run, 1 year of putting games on the Game Pass, and then next year they're like, well, you can only play 10 hours of this game. You want to play more, go buy the game.
Oh, people are going to backlash on that so hard because this has been, this has been their stance the whole time from the launch of Game Pass. They were like, no, all the games are on here forever. All first party titles are on here. You can play them anywhere.
And I mean, those companies, they're in with Microsoft.
Yeah, they're owned by them.
Well, if you look at Undead Labs and State of Decay 2, and this was even talked about before the acquisition with Microsoft, and that was that it might have been in the NPDs or something where they had a record number of sales. And I remember us asking on the show, like, were they actual sales or were they like Game Pass purchases?
I remember, you're right. Yeah, when they were like, well, State of Decay 2 has outsold State of Decay 1 by like a few million copies. We already hit 3 million copies sold on like the first 3 weeks of the game being out. But it's like, did you really sell 3 million copies or did you sell 3 million copies through Game Pass?
Right.
And like you only sold really like 500,000 copies, so like people paid for it.
I'm definitely I'm intrigued to know what what they're making.
And they could argue that like we made a lot more money because more people decided to buy like the season pass for State of Decay 2 or the season pass for Forza or whatever, but what even then you're getting a discount on those DLC packs. Like for anything you buy in Game Pass, that's a game in Game Pass. If you buy any DLC for those games that are in Game Pass, you get a 10% discount on that DLC. So like for Forza Horizon, that James Bond pack is $10 usually. You pay $9 for it on Game Pass because you're a Game Pass subscriber. You get a discount on those DLCs. So,
what if what was I gonna say? Oh crap! I totally forgot.
But I will say about Forza Horizon 4, if anybody's out there that's thinking like, oh, you're talking about these DLC items and extra card packs and the premium pass. I think if you're a car enthusiast, then sure, go for it. Buy, still go with the Game Pass, but buy that, like, whatever it is, the car pass shit to get, like, extra vehicles every week. I think that's what it is, right? You get, like, 2 or 4 cars a week, I think. It kind of, like, slowly releases it over a 24-week period or something. But hey, if you're not, you just want to play the game naturally and race and drive fast, and sure, just go with your standard edition. No.
But with Game Pass even launching, you remember that a lot of developers, not a lot of developers, a lot of retailers worldwide stopped selling Xboxes.
Yeah, I think GameStop was trying to they were hinting at it. Not that they were going to, but they were like, "Oh, well, fine, we'll just not sell your shit."
For example,
people were like, "What?"
In Austria, the retailer Gameware declared it will no longer stock Xbox products as a result of it, because they said if every Xbox sale essentially equips customers with access to Game Pass as a service, it pretty much means that those customers won't come back into our store for more games. They're just going to download the games on Game Pass. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, even GameStop can just come out and say that, and okay, so let's say if they did,
it's not a smart move to do that.
Well, they don't have a leg to stand on, right? Because they need that money. I mean, not so much Microsoft money, but they need it all they can to survive, right? In a digital age that we're in.
And it says here that another company, said, essentially it's made our Xbox business worthless overnight. This guy from Extreme Games said, he said, you've got the whole section sat there, and why would people buy a £12 to £15 second-hand game when they can just pay a tenner and get a massive catalog of titles to keep them going? Effectively, overnight, they've wiped massive value off of our company and made it not worth doing. They said, why should we support them and sell their consoles and accessories if we're going to get very little out of it? We don't make anything off of their digital sales. It's pretty pointless. We might as well go where we're supported, which is Sony. So a lot of these
but even Sony has
Sony's
a store.
Right? They're gonna be doing the same route Microsoft's doing pretty soon.
And same thing with PlayStation, right, Eric? You can just buy it day one, purchase digital. Right, yeah. And that's what people have been doing, and that's why we see GameStop struggling so hard.
It's more convenient, and sometimes it's cheaper. And I don't even go to GameStop. Like I said, I go to my local game store. That the games are cheaper there than they are at GameStop or any other gaming store there is. So
yeah, I generally go in there every 2 weeks because go to the mall, right, to get my Cinnabon on. And get the kid a haircut and get my Starbucks. But I was there Sunday, and I ended up buying I bought the strategy guide for Assassin's Creed Odyssey because it's a pretty hardcover back book, and it's got like Jesus said, it's got the the poster I put on the wall, and it's pretty. But other than that, I'm like, I don't need any games.
GameStop doesn't even feel like a game store; it just feels like a toy store.
It's a fucking Funko
plenty of those.
Store. Yeah, I don't want to go to this. I don't want to. I want to go to GameStop to get games. I want to look at games. I don't want to be bombarded with a bunch of other Funko Pops and junk.
The reason I like going to GameStop, it's because the people in there usually know about games, and I like to talk with them about games. You know what I mean? That's why.
Yeah.
Yes.
Other than that, fuck GameStop.
And I'm going to go and buy also yours and Ryan's recommendation, and that is that probably in a couple of weeks I will go get either Mario Party or Mario Kart for my Switch.
Yeah, you'll like them, man.
Digital. Physical, a cart.
Physical, I feel like for the Nintendo Switch, physical is still the best option because such a limited space on that system. You got to buy the memory cards for it.
I'm not going to buy it.
It's just just buy it physical and you'll be better off, I think, in the future. Because when you want to trade them in or sell them, it'll be better for you. And plus, the way in the past Nintendo has handled their digital sales with accounts and tying them to systems instead of accounts.
I can still get good money for that cart, if I want to trade it in in, 2 months from when I play it.
They don't lose their value as much as Xbox and PlayStation games do. Because Xbox games, like Tomb Raider, you can trade it in now for $5. It came out a month ago.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
They're only giving you $5
give me some guy in the back alley
the trade-in value.
GameStop?
For Shadow, yeah. For Shadow the Tomb Raider, the trade-in value is $10 probably. And
then they'll go around and sell for $45.
Card. Yeah, that's with your Pro card and shit. And if you have
that's so stupid.
Super Elite Pro card, it's probably $15 that you get.
Oh, yeah.
That's how much the Pro card costs. So it's it's not worth it,
Yeah, and if you think you're getting a better deal at Best Buy, right, who does trade-in stuff, no, you're not. They're just doing the same exact thing as GameStop's.
find a local game store.
They'll do usually better.
They'll give you more money and for your trade-ins. So
yeah. But anyways, Gunny, what else have you been playing?
Pinball FX 3. It's the last game I played. I played the Williams tables. I'm not a big pinball enthusiast as far as like old school stuff, but they're pretty cool tables actually. I've seen Ryan play them. Like literally like a year and a half ago. I remember I was like, and I think he was playing on, PC on Steam or something. But hey, now they're on, your Xbox and PlayStation because they've acquired that license.
That's cool. That's cool that they have like real tables on there now. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's different because I was like, how is that going to work? Are they not so cartoony and kind of like?
How does it look? Does it look cartoony? Or does it look like a real graphics?
So I didn't do like you. So you can do the way that Pinball FX like has them set up currently, which is still like in a realistic way, or you can kind of do classic. But I didn't choose that option, so I think there's like two different ways you can view it.
So they still gave it the Pinball FX treatment with the like the special boosters and all that.
Yes,
and then
correct.
You could just go to classic mode. You just be like no boosters.
Yeah. So. And I wondered, like, does classic mode look different, or is it just without all the boosters?
It might just be without all the boosters, right? It'll be the easiest way to do it.
It's just going to be that vanilla game and see how high you can get that score.
Well, I mean, all the other tables on Pinball FX have that same thing, too. You can turn off all the boosters and just play classic or whatever.
Right, and I think that's where really you can show your true skills because it has the leaderboards for that, so...
Awesome.
One of them was that Fishtails, and I've played that somewhere. Obviously, like probably in a, like an arcade somewhere, and it's like a real, popular classic table. They've got a few others on there. Medieval Madness, Junkyard Getaway. Is it just 4 tables or is it 5? But yeah, I played.
I didn't give you one for free initially, and then they let you buy the other 4 if you buy the pack.
Yeah, so Fishtails is free. You can play that one. That's probably like their best table.
Awesome. So, I like pinball once in a while. Not a huge fan of it, but it's fun to get in there and see.
I saw that you played them as well, didn't you?
No, I haven't played the new ones. I haven't been in pinball in a long time.
Maybe it might have been Star Wars. I played a couple of the Star Wars tables, the new Star Wars table, and I did see your score on there. Yeah, so, and I beat like you, Star Wars by the way.
I know, everybody probably beat me. I mean, I don't get really high scores on them. I just like to see the stupid little effects that the tables do.
So, you know what I recommend is, I know you're probably just going in there to do like, you play through it once or whatever. I like to play at least 3 games so I get to see different animations and things like that they'll show on there, with Solo and Darth Vader and Luke and just all the characters and stuff. Yeah, but I need to get in there and play the other Star Wars tables that's in there. There's so many in there now, Star Wars tables.
Damn.
It's amazing. Crazy.
Brink just messaged me. I think he's in Greenland right now, or Iceland. And he says he just got pulled over by the cops and they took his car. Shit. Yeah.
In Greenland? What?
Yeah, they were at the bar. They were at the bar. And he's over there on vacation with his wife and his brother-in-law, and apparently they just got pulled over and they took his car. The rental car they had. Oh, that's so shitty, dude. Oh, man. Good luck, Brink. Don't go to jail, man. Good.
Yeah, Let us know how jail is in Greenland or Iceland, wherever you are.
Ryan said he had to go back to the hospital because he has kidney stones.
Ryan did?
Yeah, he put that on Facebook.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wow. So, yeah.
So much is happening.
Oh, boy.
Well, good thing he's got universal health care there, so.
Hey, guys, there's one other game. I know this, and I just wanted to ask and see if it was on anybody's radar, and it might be on Gib 877's radar, and that's Mega Man 11. Anybody looking at that game at all? I know that's a new release.
What one?
Mega Man 11?
No, not me.
I think it's only $30 on all systems.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah. That's a shiny new classic.
With that being said, I think we've covered all the games we played this week. Lots of games. 2 hours of video game talk. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But let's get into some break time here, and we'll come back after the break with some news for you. Lots of news this week. Big news. So we'll be back after this musical break. Back from that break, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed that musical break we did there for you. But now it's time for the news. News time! Yeah, fuck yeah!
Hey!
You don't know. Guys, come on. No.
Oh, sorry.
In the news of the world for video games.
We couldn't afford actual sound effects.
West Virginia is now partnering with a video game company to promote Fallout 76. So Bethesda and West Virginia have come up with a new promotion for Fallout 76. So, it says here that the West Virginia Tourism Office is partnering with Bethesda Softworks to promote Fallout 76. It says here the Tourism Office will create advertisements to educate players about the state, as well as give an open invitation to players to visit the state in the upcoming months. Says the trailer for the game, set to a version of Country Roads, showcases a variety of state landmarks in a post-nuclear setting, including the New River Gorge, the Greenbrier, and the Woodburn Hall at West Virginia University. Says here, quote, Bethesda has been a terrific partner since day one. They've really embraced the West Virginia, though it says they really embraced West Virginia and its beauty. We believe this unique partnership has tremendous potential to bring folks to visit the Mountain State, end quote, said Tourism Commissioner Chelsea Ruby. Says here, she also said, quote, it's finally time the rest of the world sees what a gem West Virginia is. Oh, that's what the governor said. And he also said, for years, I've been saying we have it all. Beautiful scenery, the best people you could ask for, and more. And now we get to share a piece of that with people all over the world through the unique lens of this video game. I just don't see how you think it's going to, like, show the beauty of your state when everything's blown up by a nuke. And it's all post-apocalyptic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not it's not like a GTA game where everything's pristine and beautiful and normal and yeah, I guess.
I'm trying. You know what? Remember what they showed like from the earlier trailers? I thought they were trying to show like some green and like everything's kind of coming back to life. I mean, obviously it's post-apocalyptic, and I haven't seen any of the gameplay. I have a later question about that. No, I just haven't seen it because I've been at work.
That would make no sense in the story of a Fallout because wasn't it Fallout 4, right? Fallout 4 was set, wasn't it like 300 years or 200 years after the nuke went off? And you came out of the vault, and everything was still blown up, and everything was still dirty and brown, and everything looked like shit. So how can they justify you coming out of the vault in this new Fallout 76? You're supposed to be like one of the first vaults that opens, like 20 years.
Maybe they're talking about the landmarks.
Instead of 200, you're only 20 years away from the nuke going off. So, like, things should be more destroyed, shouldn't they?
But I think
don't know.
Also, you know how there's going to be nukes you can set off in the game, right? So maybe they're kind of saving it to say, oh, this is what it looks like now. I mean, obviously it's not like flowers everywhere.
Everything. Oh.
And it'll look more like the wastelands like you did in the story in Fallout 4.
But how is this set up? Is this set up in servers? Like if I'm in Gunny's server for his game and I launch a nuke at Eric's base and Eric's base blows up, and then let's say I get into another server. Is Eric's base going to be in that server? Is it going to show it like a crater on the ground, or is it going to like not show it at all?
Here lies Eric's base.
Yeah, like I want to know how does it all work? Is it all always connected to? Is every server connected together, like constantly just whatever you experience in your game is going to just carry along all the games? I just don't know how all that works. You know what I mean?
No, and I think somebody asked that question. I was listening to a Game Informer or another podcast talking about that same thing. Where does it kind of do the DayZ thing where the servers reset every 2 hours?
So it's kind of lame. You blow up something and now it's reset.
Yeah, well, I think that remains to be seen. Again, I'm just guessing and assuming, but
I've seen the video they've released of the nuke going off. It looked pretty cool. Like some dude launched a nuke at a base and blew up like this whole base. Everyone was standing there watching it.
I would think that if you're building something like you did in original Fallout 4, if you're building a house, you're building all these different structures and things to, wouldn't it just kind of stay there? I don't think it would reset. Maybe it's possible that it is on a new server since this game is like a multiplayer game.
It's just weird. I don't get it.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll see. We'll get all the details later on that. But go visit West Virginia, folks.
Go. West Virginia is beautiful. Washington, D.C. is beautiful.
I've never been there. David's there, right? Is he? Snyder?
No, he's in Delaware.
Is he? Okay. He's near there. Go there, David. Let us know how it is.
Drive over. He drives.
Go to that vault. Apparently, it's a real vault.
He drives to Washington, D.C. It's a real vault?
Yeah, that's what Game Informer said on their podcast.
Real,
that it's a real location
for all the rich people to go hide in when the nukes go off or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess it was something that they just.
Is that where the president and all the politicians go and hide while everyone dies from nukes going off?
Screw you guys, Everybody thought they were going to Colorado, but
all the old fucking politicians are going to go hide while all the young people die.
I apologize if you're a cat. I just got a kitten today.
That beautiful little kitten. In other news, there's new Game Boy themed Air Jordans, guys. If you have $1,350 laying around that you want to spend on some shoes, you can now do so and get yourself some very special custom Game Boy themed Air Jordans. Yeah. Hey, you guys hyped?
Oh yes, I already pre-ordered mine.
Pre-ordered yours?
Yeah.
On the back of the Jordans, one of them
are Nike. Well, they're Nike, so wait a minute. Man, how much are they?
$1,350. I already told you.
Holy moly!
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't. Those things would stay in a box for the rest of my life.
They're pretty cool looking. They're just like custom Jordans. They have they're Nintendo themed apparently. One of them has like on the tongue like a screenshot of a video game being played on a Game Boy. The other one has the cover of a game. I can't tell what game that is. And then on the back, one of them has like the D-pad and the buttons for the B and the A on the other one. So they have like the actual buttons back there. So it's pretty cool looking. On the side it says Nintendo Game Boy. Has the gray colors. And it has actually on like, you know how like Jordans come with the little tags with like the Air Jordan guy on it or whatever? This one has a cartridge hanging off of the tag.
I would never remove that tag. Right?
Has a little game.
That would lose its value big time.
It would totally lose its value. But anyways, that's enough of Air Jordan talk for all our sneakerheads out there. In other news, let's go to more news. Microsoft has set to roll out their game stream service in 2019. They're calling it xCloud. This is the new streaming revolution of the world. Microsoft announced it the other day, shortly after Project whatever the fuck, Stream, I think this was called by Google, was announced, and the beta was started. Microsoft's head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, came out and said, hey, we got this thing called xCloud, fuckers. He said their focus is on delivering an amazing added experience to existing Xbox players and on empowering developers to scale to hundreds of millions of new players across devices. Says our goal with Project xCloud is to deliver a quality experience for all gamers on all devices that's consistent with the speed and high fidelity gamers experience and expect on their PCs and consoles. It says here, pretty much, yeah. So xCloud said it will start in 2019. E3 next year, maybe? We'll see it? More of it?
Yeah, I think we'll see more of it.
Think they'll actually, what if they actually roll it out before E3? And at E3...
Oh, well, okay, with their next console, I think
what if they like roll it out before E3 and then at E3 they announce like a new device that you can... Like, this is not the next console, but this is the new Xbox console, which is like, it's not a console, it's a streaming device.
Yeah. Weren't they just going to have like a streaming console?
And it'll just show Fortnite on there, right?
Fortnite and PUBG and...
Call of Duty. Well...
Not Call of Duty. Like
PlayStation's got that covered, right?
Forza,
yeah.
Sea of Thieves. What if they like just show their Game Pass games?
Maybe show that new Halo or new Gears of War or something, right?
I think it would sell quite a bit if they announced like a streaming device next year and they said like it's cheap, like say it's $100 or $50, and you pay us $10 a month for Game Pass and you can stream the Game Pass games at first, but we're gonna add more later on. But for launch, we're gonna have all the Game Pass games available.
Eric, you're the Apple TV guy. Is this gonna be like something that's gonna have some kind of storage device on it? Do you think? Like as far as like get this one because it's going to be 2 gigs of storage and you should be able to play.
I think everything would be on like a cloud, like, you know, because Microsoft, like Jesus said, has a huge cloud service they can use. They don't need to have anything kind of hard drive or anything.
The only thing
I'm sure they won't talk about that part.
The only thing that thing needs to have on it is being able to connect to your wireless Xbox controller, and that's it.
Yeah.
Stick it into your TV. And the HDMI port is powered by your TV, and it works like that.
Having it be little like the Apple TV would be sweet.
It totally could be. It could be like a little fucking the size of like my phone or something, like a little box.
Yeah, because all it is just a streaming service, streaming box.
And I only mentioned that. I know that'll just be like whatever to some people, but it'll just be more like, hey, store this game.
My predictions are as follows: next year. At E3, they're going to announce a new device for streaming only, and then after announcing this device and everyone goes crazy, right? The crowd is going fucking wild. Everyone's like, oh my god! And they're like, all Xbox Game Pass games, every single title in our Game Pass service is going to be available at launch. If you're a Game Pass subscriber, you can stream your fucking games on this thing at launch, and then, at the end of that, oh, by the way, we're also working on this. And they're going to have a fucking trailer for the next-gen system. And they're going to be like, look, we're catering to everybody. We don't give a shit. We want everyone to play on our systems. You want to buy an actual console? Well, here's a trailer for it. And it's going to come out next year on 2020, fall 2020. We have more details to come later. But for now, here's a little teaser trailer. Oh, and by the way, that stream box comes out in November of 2019. Woo! And everyone goes fucking crazy. And the thing they said about this, Xbox made sure to specifically say any game that's playable on the Xbox One right now can be streamed with this service. Any fucking game, they said. Any game. It could be Fallout. It could be the new Red Dead 2. It could be any of these fucking games that are on the Xbox can be streamed. So they must figure out how to do it.
All right, Jesus, I think it's the perfect time to ask you this question. I don't know if you watched anything from Google's presentation this week when they announced the new Pixel tablets and phone.
No, I didn't.
Right?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, so I think it's just, I don't know what they do differently, but they're better. They're new. I don't know when they come out. And as we know that Apple is not a good friend of Microsoft, right, specifically. So, hey, like maybe I can go Pixel, right, from Google and use those devices and hook up my Xbox One. I can tie that into my
the only issue I see is I don't know if Google's going to want to play friendly with Microsoft either. Because Google's testing this out. It works.
Yeah, that's remains to be seen, right?
I've played it. No, it works. Odyssey works. It's streaming at 60 frames a second and it's streaming at 1080p. It fucking works. The only thing is, I don't know if they're going to allow Microsoft to release an app on the Android store or on iOS store. I could see iOS doing it more than Google. Google could be like, no, screw you. We're going to release our Project Stream on Google. Screw you, Microsoft. Screw you, Sony. You guys had your chance. You guys waited too long. We're on board on this now. We're gonna.
But wait a minute.
This.
Wait a minute. Xbox. I see Phil right here in the video on this article, and he's talking about play it on your favorite device.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Right, and it might be my iPad's my favorite device.
Your iPhone is your favorite device from now on.
Dude,
Fuck Android.
I think that the streaming thing would be sweet, just because I can. If I can do it on my iPad and then kind of get a Bluetooth controller,
yep.
Heck yeah, man! I'll take that to freaking work. Play it on lunch.
Bro. Yeah, lunchtime. You want to play some little bit of some Red Dead 2 on there? Go ahead.
Heck yeah, dude.
Play a little
I
bit
think
of
it's
some
just
Game
sweet.
Pass. Yeah.
So I have to go buy another controller that might be like something compatible with iOS or.
Yep.
Well, I think if they're smart, they'll make it
Bluetooth.
For everything, not just one specific thing, or you have to buy a special controller for an Apple product or a special controller for an Android product.
Well, that would suck.
That would suck.
No,
balls.
right. I know that
that's the
I forgot the name of the company.
That Apple and Google put on them,
Power A, I think, makes a Bluetooth a good one, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't know. We'll see how it happens. I mean, obviously Google has said that on top of their Project Stream, they're also working on bringing it to Android devices, but they're going to figure out a way to add input controls on your screen to let you play games fully without a controller. So you don't need a controller. You just use your screen. You tap your screen or whatever. Use controls on the screen. Which I'm not a big fan of, but they say they're trying to figure it out. Which works best. Which layout or whatever works best. But we'll see, man. It's all... Instead of VR, next year will be the year of streaming. Can't wait till Sony announces their fucking shit. The P Cloud. You fucking...
The P Cloud?
The clouds. It's just as bad as X Cloud. P Cloud. Play all your PlayStation
Sound like
games
some
on the
LSD
cloud.
project.
The P Cloud.
Oh, man. It says here, other news. The Witcher Netflix series has casted Ciri and Yennefer. And it says, the showrunner has pulled back from playing the video games. It says, after all the controversy surrounding the rumors that Ciri in the Witcher series of Netflix will be played by a BAME actor, it turns out she's not. Ciri will be played by Freya Allan, best known for her role as young Minerva in Into the Badlands. She will star alongside the Superman actor Henry Cavill, who is going to play Geralt.
Right. All right.
Yeah. And it says,
Looking forward to that.
Additionally, Anya Chalotra from the ABC Murders will take on the role of Yennefer, who will be Geralt's love interest in the game. It says here, also joining the cast are Jodie May from Game of Thrones, who will play Queen Calanthe, and Bjorn Halinur from some fucking show called Fortitude, who will play the Queen's husband, and Adam Levi, who's from Snatch, who will play Mousesack the Druid. Yeah. And it says here, Mimi Nidwenny and Tarika Wilson-Reed will play sorceresses in training, and Millie Brady will play as an outcast princess, and Miana Buring will take the role of Aretusa from the Magical Academy in The Witcher. So seems like they got most of the casts now. They got a lot of them. Like, oh, we're just gonna fucking hire everyone. We don't care. We're fucking Netflix.
What do they have? 200 or 50 out of 200 so far?
Yeah,
locked in.
It's a lot of people being casted for The Witcher. So
Good. Looking forward to it.
so do I. Oh man, what is this? It says here, authorities say a Pennsylvania man punched an officer in the face during an argument with his son over video games. Edwin Rivera Sr. is facing multiple charges, including assault and resisting arrest. Authorities say they were called to the Rivera's Bethlehem home on Friday night for a report of a disturbance involving a father and a son. The 51-year-old Rivera allegedly threatened to fight his son because the younger man wanted his friends to come over and play video games. Authorities say Rivera moved to go around an officer. When the officer tried to stop him, Rivera allegedly punched the officer twice in the face.
Wow.
Rivera continued to struggle with the police officer before he was taken to the ground and into custody. It wasn't known Wednesday if Rivera has retained an attorney. So, yeah, something happened. Video game, police being punched, crazy stuff.
Damn, people.
Video games make more people violent.
I think we talked about this game being like addictive as heroin last week, didn't we? Jeez.
Yeah.
No.
Skipping this next article because it's a fucking video and I'm not about to watch that right now. Let's get here to the next piece of article. What the hell is this?
Makes people lose their minds.
It says here, in Arkansas, man, in 2014, purchased non-working Dance Dance Revolution arcade machine, which has led him to lose all his weight that he had.
Oh, wow.
Christopher, a.k.a. Sulphur Barnett, went from weighing 325 pounds, and his doctor warning him about looming health problems, to dancing for hours every day through the game, which gives players points based on their ability to perform designated steps. In 2010, the Gravel Ridge man visited a cardiologist, told him that if he didn't lose weight, he will need a heart transplant by the age of 50. He's now 37 years old. He says he started playing the game and lost a lot of weight. He lost over 100 pounds playing Dance Revolution. I'm pretty sure he probably changed his diet and other stuff, but it can happen.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of other factors contributed to that, but that's amazing that he lost that much weight. That's crazy.
That's wild. Wild. See here, more news. What the hell is this?
Good on you, buddy.
Oh, apparently the NHL has decided to ban video games for their players on the road. If you're an NHL player, you cannot play video games while playing hockey.
Really?
Yeah, they say that video games
Listen up, Canadian.
are too distracting from the team effort. Yeah. It says here, quote, "No more Fortnite, no more bringing video games on the road. It's strictly team meals, team dinners, and hanging out with the guys." So we put an end to that.
Need that camaraderie. What if it's NHL 19?
Because you can't
Still
play
can't
it.
play that, huh?
Can't fucking play it, man.
Fuck.
Can't do it.
Sucks for you, bro.
Just need to ban video games on the road.
Wonder if the NFL will do that next. Because fucking players doing the emotes from Fortnite on the sidelines. What the hell is this?
Nuts.
What is this news? This is not real news. Other news, guys, I have some piece of news from news that I learned today. If you are on the PS4, PlayStation 4 users, beware. There is now an exploit being sent around as a message to PS4 users on the PlayStation Network. So set your messages to private and only people that you have on your friends list can contact you, because apparently this message is being sent out as mass messages. You know how sometimes you can get a message from random people on PlayStation? Well, this message can brick your PlayStation 4 system. Similar to there's been exploits on iPhones and Android devices in the past, where people can send you a text message and it'll brick your iPhone and it'll brick your Android device. Apparently this is happening now with the PlayStation 4. You can get a message and open it up and it'll just brick your system. You're going to have to completely reset the system, install new software into it to make it work again. So, be careful. Be careful, people.
Don't open up messages.
Eric, don't open those messages, bro.
I will not.
Don't open any messages. And in other news,
I did put one other thing in there.
Oh, you did? What did you put in there?
It's regarding The Walking Dead. Finishing those last 2 seasons.
Oh.
The last 2 episodes.
Oh, for the Telltale game?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Apparently they were picked up by a new studio, guys. New studio picked up the series.
Yeah, that's by Robert Kirkman's studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skybound.
And Johnny Dell,
So-
our news guy, he may have put that in there last. I can't
So
remember. Did you guys
is-
talk about it last week?
Do Skybound now have the total control and IP? Do they own the IP for that game, or is it just like, hey, we'll take care of these last two, and then we're done?
That might be in talks, right? Yeah, just here, he said they will carry on with help from none other than the TW creator, Robert Kirkman. They have revealed a deal with Telltale that will see it to finish the game.
What about the employees? Are they able to come back?
Yeah, I mean, it just talks about their help.
It says here that Skybound is trying to get some of the people that worked on the development team for Telltale Games that were working on this series specifically to come work for them. But it doesn't say that they're going to hire them as developers like full time. It says we want them to help us finish the game. But I wonder if that's going to be like a contract thing that says like, hey, you're going to help us for the next 2 months finish these 2 episodes, or hire them. I don't know how that's going to work out for them. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't say that they bought the rights to the series either. It says that they made a deal with Telltale that will allow them to finish the final season, but it doesn't say we've bought the rights or we own The Walking Dead now. None of that.
I think the tweet pretty much sums it up. The final season. Let's wrap up Clem's story right. More details to come soon.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, right? Like,
Yeah, who knows? Maybe, he could be in talks to, I mean, it's kind of weird that nobody has. I know that they said they've sent out things like, hey, anybody want to acquire us? And that was kind of hush-hush secret. And they pretty much said, like, nobody kind of, nobody bid on it. So
nobody wants to buy us because
I know they were kind of disappointed at it.
The only thing that Telltale had going for it was the IPs that it was selling, but they don't even own anything. They don't own.
Right, it's all licensed stuff. It all ends eventually.
They don't own any of that.
Yeah.
In a way, it's kind of their fault for going out of business because they went after these expensive IPs. Like, they had to pay a good amount of money to acquire, to at least make a game for The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Fables, for the Wolf Among Us, Back to the Future, Borderlands. Like, they forked out all this money to make games for these series. So in a way, they kind of hurt themselves by doing that. And then the games are the same, essentially. And so, when you play one, you basically played them all, and there's no, I don't know, there's just nothing to them. I mean, there's not like, hey, buy this game, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they own that engine, right? And it's kind of a janky engine that they have. So
broken ass
there's
engine.
not much there. Yeah.
Fucking engine could barely run on the Xbox 360, let alone an Xbox.
Gosh, and we were just so frustrated. We were hoping, it'll get better. They'll make it better. Plays good on an iPad, also, that's for sure. Well, I mean, that did at least. I don't know about console, but I played on the 360.
That's a studio that Microsoft could have acquired and kind of just revamped it all.
Well, I mean, why would they acquire it, though? They have nothing of value. They have no value to them.
Like Microsoft has said.
They have no employees, all right? They fired everybody, so they have no one to hire that has talent there left.
Yeah, they wouldn't even have the IPs for those games either.
They don't have IPs. They have an engine. I guess they could pay for the engine, but the engine's so shit that Microsoft would have to invest in a new engine. It's just, it wouldn't have been worth it for them at all.
It would be it's basically a shell, right?
Yeah.
That's what
that's a good point. That's a good point.
They don't have anything of value to their name other than Telltale, the name, the brand Telltale. They would be buying
if they were going to sell, they should have done it after.
Long ago.
This will go
after the Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
This will dissolve down to like a holdings company, right? And the holdings company somebody they'll hold on to it and try to make a little profit off of it to whoever picks it up.
Yeah. But in another news, let's go on here to more news. PUBG Xbox One is now issuing permanent bans for cheating. It says here PUBG Corp is now issuing permanent bans to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds players on the Xbox One who are caught cheating or hacking. The Xbox team for PUBG announced that the permanent ban news in its most recent weekly community post. While typically inappropriate actions like harassing others can still result in bans, PUBG Corp said that hacks and cheats specifically will now start earning Xbox One players a permanent ban.
Good.
Says here, yeah. So
I mean,
pretty much
we're already
don't get caught cheating.
good, and I know they make those devices to, people to cheat on consoles and stuff. So bullshit. Insta ban. Block that IP.
And in more news,
What do we got?
pretty much the last piece of news that I have is Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks best on an Xbox One X. Whoa!
What?
Imagine that.
Ubisoft. Yeah, they're close partners, right?
What do you guys think about the name change for PlayStation?
I like that news. Yeah, the name change was huge, dude.
Why do they always have to have a beta for something, right?
Well, I mean,
Why is that always a beta?
Why is it always a beta? You notice that with PlayStation?
I've been listening to a few podcasts that have been talking about it. I don't know if VGO talked about it, but I listened to Kind of Funny. It's with Greg Miller, former IGN Beyond host. He was talking about it, and with the beta, they can test it and see how it runs, because they were saying that some of the name changes, like on older games, like leaderboards, will not say your new name. It'll mess up your game and everything. So they're just kind of testing. I don't mind them testing out the water to see how it works. But you get one name change. After that, you pay $10, and then it's $5 for PSN plus people.
Yeah.
I think it's 10 for Xbox, so at least it's half that. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably change my name. Probably change it to St. Nicholas.
Do it.
I'm probably going to.
What are you currently on there? Epic Irk?
Epic Irk, yeah. But it was, I was listening to that Kind of Funny, and they had some really funny names. I can't even remember one of them, but some of them were really funny.
Yeah, I remember we did a couple articles and they were showing like some of the silliest ones, or I've seen the video showing people with like some pretty funny, like gamer tags and stuff, and they were like, yeah, I need to change my gamer tag. I've been like so-and-so for like 10 years now, and now I'm like 30 years old. I can't be bong smoker.
There was one. There's someone's name was Cooter Intruder. And they're like, yeah, you need to change that.
I'm married now, and I have 2 daughters, and I just can't log in anymore without them. Crazy. Yeah, get that rolling, PlayStation. Come on.
That's
Sony.
Right. But with that being said, I mean, that's all we have for news. There's not much else going on in the news with video game world at this point. I'm sure next week we'll probably start hearing a lot more Red Dead stuff and more other games, because they're all coming out fucking soon, man.
Yeah, we definitely saw more. Now we're seeing the gameplay for Red Dead 2. What was it? 30 minutes? 2 hours, I think they showed. Or now the media is allowed to talk about what they played.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty incredible, whatever, they said. Speaking of Red Dead 2, the download size has been kind of unveiled. How much do you think this game's going to take up on your hard drive?
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to say 80 gig.
Nope.
Just to throwing out a number.
It says here that on PlayStation, apparently the download size of it is only 50 gigabytes.
Wow. Call of Duty size.
And there's going to be a day one patch of 3 gigabytes. So, yeah.
It's not bad. Yeah.
Yep. And of course, on the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, it'll have HDR support. Native 4K for the Xbox One X with that sampling shit or whatever the hell it's called on the
Super sampling, yeah.
on the Pro. And of course, if you're playing on a 1080p TV with an X or a Pro, it'll have super sampling for you. But there's that. Red Dead Redemption 2, 50 gigabytes, not much.
Amazing. Already fully optimized. Unbelievable what Rockstar can do.
Yeah. So
They are the pros.
it says on the PS4 Pro it'll be at 1440p. So if you want the
that's what I
best
heard also.
visuals,
So.
play it on an Xbox One X.
But Eric doesn't mind, right, Eric?
Nope.
Still enjoying the game.
I enjoy those games.
Are you gonna buy it on the Xbox or on the PS4, Eric?
Probably Xbox because it looks better.
Whoa, here we go.
Yeah.
He's getting the new console. I know it.
No, I'll probably get I'm gonna get the new PlayStation just because I don't have a Pro.
Oh, okay, right. You don't have the... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Straight up.
It's essentially the PlayStation 4 Slim. That's what I got.
Sweet.
All right, let's get into community questions. You can leave us questions in our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community, or our Discord channel, which you can join. Server, it's a server, isn't it? You can join it.
It
in
is.
the show notes. I leave a link on there every week to join it. So go and join that. Join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. You can find us down there. You can join our Xbox Club, Horrible Gamers Podcast on Xbox, or on Twitter. You can follow us at _Horrible Gamers. Leave us questions there as well, or email us feedback@horriblegamers.com for any questions you may have for us to read on the show. But questions, Gunny, go.
Community questions. Ryan, where are you? We miss you already. All right. Our first one is from, you guessed it, Brian Telp Jr. He asks, Jesus, do you have any tips for Ryan Gibson on raising a girl? What are your tips? What are your pro tips?
Pro tips. There's no pro tips. Do what you want with your kid, man. It's your kid.
There you go.
It's your
Amen.
child. Just get them vaccinations and make sure they eat food and they live.
Water,
They're safe.
basics. There you go.
This is pretty much, it's like a cat almost.
I just got one of those today.
It's almost like a cat. You just feed them.
I'll do that same thing.
Brush their hair once in a while.
Oh, I need to get
water.
a comb. I'll get that tomorrow. All right. And it's a girl, so.
Yeah, lots of tip. The only tip I can give you is you're going to spend a lot of money on her. That's it, really. That's the one tip. Yeah, my daughter wants everything, and I can't seem to say no to her, which is a problem.
That's a necessity, not a tip. All right. Oh, so maybe the tip is save your money because
Save
you're going to
all
need
your
it.
money because you're going to need it to spend on your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. But no, I hate when people like try to tell you what to do with your fucking kids. You know, like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, don't listen to people, man. Raise your kids how you want to raise them. You know what I mean? As long as they're well taken care of, got a roof over their head, got food, and they got their vaccinations, and they're not getting sick and dying because of some stupid flu or something.
I have full faith in Mr. Ryan Gibson because he's a great guy and he'll be a great father.
I have faith in him too. Faith in you, kid.
Brian Telp Jr., he has another question. What person do you wish secretly had your podcast as a must-listen to a guilty pleasure? Ooh. Oh, man. Who would it be? I already know who it would be. So I'm thinking maybe Michelle from the Video Game Outsiders podcast.
Ooh.
Well, only because she's always, she's very confident and she's cocky and she knows her shit, right? But then she'd be like, I don't listen to other video game podcasts, She just got that, like, my prerogative attitude. So
Yeah.
I just think it would be funny to find that out,
Yeah, for sure.
She listens. Sure.
I don't know, man. I don't know who I'd want to listen to the show. Anybody. Really, I don't give a fuck.
Drake?
Drake.
Maybe?
What if Drake listened to Horrible Gamers? Drake, if you're listening, send me some money, bro.
I just want my dad to listen, that's all.
Yeah,
Aw.
very depressing.
want a relationship with him.
What's a podcast? Well, it's like a radio station you can download. It's a radio show.
What do you
I
talk
like
about?
my AM radio.
No, my dad asked, like, what do you guys talk about? Video games? Whatever.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Yeah. Man, child, you are.
I have a wonderful father-son relationship with my dad, so don't think that I don't.
Okay. Thank you for
You
clarifying
fooled us.
that for us.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Next question.
Yeah. Next one, Ricky A. He asks, hello, HGP crew. Just wanted to ask, Jesus, when you were coming up with the HGP, did you ever think of calling it Honest Gamers Podcast?
No. Actually, I was thinking, like, looking at that, I was like, man, I should have done that, but no. I didn't.
We talked about that before, like you guys were coming up with different names, right? I forgot
we
what
came
the
up
other
with so
ones
many
were.
different fucking names. Like, it was so many of them. I can't even remember them now, but
I can see I am throwing out 100 names, and
yeah,
Great.
we all had different ideas and different names. How we came up with Horrible, I think Captain Hook ended up throwing out horrible something, and we're like horrible gamers, and I think we just came up with that, like Horrible Gamers Podcast.
Horrible Gamers with a Z.
Yeah, with the Z. Yeah, we
that
were
was
different.
the OG.
We
Yeah.
were different. And then we switched it to an S because we were like, fuck, the Z is stupid. That's so 2014. We're in 2016 now. So with the reboot, I decided to switch it to an S, and we fixed that because people couldn't find us on iTunes for some reason. The Z.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, next one.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip this other stuff, Jesus. I know that you may have seen this other stuff in the chat as well with the questions. But the next one's from David Snyder. He asks, since Black Ops 4 is so damn good, how about ranking your top 3 favorite Call of Duty titles?
Okay. Number 1 would be Modern Warfare 2. Number 2 is Modern Warfare. That's Call of Duty 4. Number 3 is going to be Black Ops 2.
Yeah, Black Ops 2 was one of probably my favorite.
I love Black Ops 2. Black Ops 1 was fun, but Black Ops 2 is the first one where I prestiged like 10 times, dude. I like maxed out prestiging. It was weird. I've never done that in any other Call of Duty. Like in all the other ones, I prestiged maybe once or twice. But in Black Ops 2, I went like max. I was like, I'm going to do it all the way 10 times. I don't care.
Yeah, and then, I almost want to say Modern Warfare 3. I just wasn't that good at it.
Fun too, man. All of them were fun.
I was terrible at it. I'm just not very good at first-person shooters. That would be my second. I don't know what would be my third, since I'm not a big Call of Duty player.
Mine's real easy. Mine is Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 3.
The Modern Warfare series was fucking legit when the guys from Respawn were working there. They knew how to make a game.
And I didn't mind Ghost. I didn't think it was as bad as everyone said it was.
No, that was bad. That was probably if I had to rank all of them, that's probably like number 0 on the list. Like it's beneath the original Call of Duties, the ones that were like on the PS2 or Xbox or whatever, like
right,
really old ones.
What made it so bad?
It's just horrible, dude. Just the maps were too big. Everyone was sniping all the time. It was just shitty.
Yeah.
The story was bad. Everything was bad about it.
Huh.
Crap. All right, next question from Bill Gardner. He asked, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is my new favorite game of the year. What is your current game of the year?
Oh, I can't answer that.
I can.
Classified information. I'm sorry.
Are we not saying it then?
No, classified information.
Yeah, I don't really have one. I feel like, I finished the game,
I'll tell
guys,
you
that
my
remember
top
Tomb
5,
Raider, but it's not my
I won't
favorite
tell
of
you
the
them
year.
in order. My top 5 so far.
There you go. Yeah.
No, my top 3. No, fuck that. I don't want to give you guys. Nope. I'm not going to tell you guys my top 3.
Yeah, you'll have to wait to the end of the year, right?
End of the year. Game of the Year show. Wait for that. I mean, I got to say, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a fun game. Origins was obviously Game of the Year last year, so that shows something. If they did a lot of the same things they did in Origins, so... But I feel like this year...
There's a lot of heavy hitters this year, man.
This year, so many games are coming out that is kind of hard.
I don't think me personally. I don't think AC will win this year. That's just me.
I don't know.
That's just me.
It's just maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
You never
Who
know.
knows?
Maybe
you never know.
Maybe that Dead Cells game will win.
Yeah, and how
Ryan will be the only one that votes for it.
He's gonna be voting Dead Cells for everything. Watch. Best music, Dead Cells.
Dead Cells.
Best art, Dead Cells. Best gameplay, Dead Cells. He'll be fucking voting for Dead Cells.
It'd be like with me that year Gears of War came out.
best indie of the year? Dead Cells.
Dead Cells.
Yeah.
It probably will. Is that an indie game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
It started
so-
as an early access, even on Steam.
I'm gonna call it right now. It's gonna win best indie of the year.
Nope,
Hands
Moonlighter's
down.
still there.
Oh, yep.
Remember what happened when I asked about Moonlighter, right? Right, Ryan? Huh? Oh, that game. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
Fucking Dead
Well,
Cells.
I guess answering
Love you,
that
Ryan.
question.
What's that?
We're not answering that one question.
No, that's all classified information, bro. During Game of the Year discussions, I don't even let you guys show me your list. We don't show each other our lists. We just
No,
argue.
we don't. We kind of put up all the games on a list that we're
Single
looking at right now, but we choose like on our own, secret little.
Our top 10s are always to
So it's a
ourselves.
surprise to each other as well,
Yeah.
as it unfolds.
Until we write it down on the notes. And
No, because I don't even write it down in the notes. For what we do for our top 10, our personal top 10s are always like private until we talk about them.
Yeah.
But like for
So I was even
the
surprised that
categories, we do put up the list of like what we all agree on the category. Like there's obviously games that one of us might think is to be in a category, but the rest of us think, no, it's not worth it. We don't want that on there, so we have to vote it out.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Steve Morlian asked if you would turn into a superhero, what would your power be? Or would you just turn into a supervillain?
I want to be Superman.
Superman would be cool.
And
What
I want to
about
be a supervillain. Sorry, guys. I'm just throwing the fucking world. I'm
evil Superman, huh?
If I had
everything in the world is mine.
If I could have one superpower, it would be to like tell time. So I would use it for only betting purposes. So like I could figure out who won the Super Bowl, 5 years from now.
You'd be like Biff, right?
Exactly.
Oh,
just
so
like
you want to have like you could see the future.
Yeah, I would like to see the future.
And the past.
And I'll just use it. I would use it for gambling purposes only.
I want to bet $1 million on this one football team that is going to win the Super Bowl this year. And they're like, what? Yeah, I want to bet $1 million right now. Take my bet.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easier for me to just say like, yeah, like I'll Superman because I want to fly. That's going to be that would be my number one power,
I want to be Superman because Superman can die. Nothing can kill him. He's the strongest person ever existed. I would be so evil, dude. No one would fuck with me.
But I always liked,
I'd have
always
my
like
own
Spider-Man.
country.
Always
I'd
got
be
the
the
webs and
president of
shit.
the world. I'm the president of the world now, you fuckers. You listen to me. Do whatever I tell you to do. And if you don't tell me, if a country was like, well, fuck you, we're not going to do it. Well, oh yeah, really? Oh yeah, okay. And then I go destroy their country and then come back. Be like, you gonna listen now? Be like, oh, okay, we'll listen to you. We're sorry.
Yeah.
Good luck sending your military after me, destroying the world. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. He has another question. Steve does. He asks, why is Call of Duty 4 so very good? I don't get it. Looks the same bullshit to me. More run, jump, shoot shit.
It's good because it's fucking good, man. What the fuck kind of question is this?
Steve, are you referring to like the team deathmatch stuff? Is that what you've been watching? What about the battle royale, Steve? We've got
Battle
new
royale,
zombies, fresh zombies in this one.
Zombies, all the zombies. You got all the battle royale you want. All the team
zombies are
deathmatch
harder this
all
time.
in one.
It's all in
it's
one
just a
with
good
no
game.
story.
It's hard for me to explain how good it is. If Eric would have played it or you would have played it, you could agree with me, man. That like,
hey, to be
just a good shooter.
To be optimistic, Jesus, I hear there's a lot of content for your $60.
There is.
Is that true?
Yeah, I feel like it. And even people are saying there's no campaign. They kind of did that thing that Rainbow Six Siege did with the operators, like your training missions.
Yeah, remember we were all pissed about that?
They have that in this game.
Fuck those things. We're not
I
buying
think the
this
only
shit.
reason I think the campaign they did have a campaign. This is my theory. They had a campaign. They pitched it, and they're like, "This is garbage," and they didn't have enough time to come up with something else, so they scrapped it, and they're just going completely online multiplayer. That's just my theory.
That maybe, yeah. I mean, it didn't have enough time to flush it out, right? Interesting.
I mean, yeah, that's just my theory.
So it's good, Steve. Get it or wait for Battlefield. We can play that.
He's a Battlefield person. Just get Battlefield, Steve. Just get Battlefield.
Yeah, I'm not getting Call of Duty, Steve. I'm not getting it. So,
Gunny, get off the show. Get off the show.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Just because I'm not buying it, because I'm getting Red Dead, I'm getting Battlefield, right?
You're off the show.
I only play good games. So.
Time to activate Android.
I was smart. I didn't buy World War II.
Android here.
Android, you're replacing Gunny.
Wait, don't mute me.
Oh, goody.
Fuck, I still need to fix that laughing. Damn it.
That's annoying.
Hey, Gunny.
Yes.
I am replacing you. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh,
Goodbye,
man.
everybody. It was nice to be on the show.
Next question, Gunny. Next question.
Next one from Bill Gardner. Yes, yeah. First one. Wait, maybe he's talking about Call of Duty.
I don't think that was a question.
Oh, okay. I might have been just reading a reply. Excuse me.
Yeah, he replied to that. Yeah.
Okay, and then Dave was doing a reply as well when he was talking about Call of Duty. The next question from John Jerome.
I got this one.
What would be your favorite breakfast food order include? What would your favorite breakfast food order?
Corned beef and hash, homie.
Ooh, yeah. I had that last Sunday, at some small little eatery. It's pretty good.
Oh my gosh. I love corned beef hash.
Favorite food order?
What's
pancakes.
my favorite
Chocolate
breakfast
chip
food?
pancakes.
I like French toast, man. French toast. But I also like Mexican breakfast food, like eggs and chorizo, man. Like, fuck, that shit's bomb.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like a Denver
There
omelet.
used to be here near me a little Mexican joint that did breakfast tacos.
Ooh, man.
Oh my gosh, they're so good.
Eggs and chorizo with like some like a loaf of bread or even some tortillas on the side with some beans, some cheese on top of the beans. Oh man, fuck.
No, dude, freaking A.
I always get hungry when we talk about food on the fucking show. We need to stop.
Man, I go to this place, and maybe they could be up north near you guys. Black Bear Diner. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, there's one in my town.
Yeah, I think it's just like a West Coast thing. And man, they give you like these really good portions, like decent sized portions with
Decent sized
and they make
portions.
these like
It's fucking
fresh
like portions for like 3 people. They give you every
yeah,
time I
there's
go
a lot.
there. Like, you want the fucking the eggs and the ham and the hash browns and the pancake. Like, yeah, I'll take this. $15. Like, you could eat that shit for like a whole day and just be full off of that one meal.
You ever go to these places where like like a Black Bear type thing where you'll say, yeah, I'll take the biscuits, right? And they come out and they give you like the 2 decent sized biscuits.
Yeah, they're big.
Well, Black Bear, no, they'll give you one fat ass biscuit,
Yeah,
right?
it's huge. Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
yeah,
a
that's-
homemade biscuit, isn't it? Like they talk about how like they all make it there, like it's homemade shit. I think like they all.
yeah, like everybody does it homemade in a lot of these smaller mom pop joints, but man, they're freaking
Black Bear
delicious.
is bomb, dude. I recommend going to Black Bear Diner. I always like going there. The ambient is fucking awesome. The people are always cool. The waiters are always awesome.
They always have like the 2 like peppered type hot sauces there, and I like anything like peppered hot sauces. Like whether it be like the Black Bear type or like straight up La Tapatia.
And Black Bear is mostly a Northern California thing. To like, there's a few in Oregon, like maybe a couple in Oregon. There's one in my town, like another one, and I think there's like one in Washington. It's totally a West Coast thing.
Absolutely. So you guys got to get out here to the West Coast.
That's right.
Get
West
that,
Coast, the best coast.
corned beef hash, man. But no, I usually just go with like a 3-egg omelet or whatever they includes, like a Denver omelet or like avocado omelet.
I went to IHOP
Cheesy
recently and I got a omelet from IHOP and it wasn't good, man.
Yeah, I mean we've got one in my town.
Cheesy potatoes. I like cheesy potatoes as well.
Potatoes are fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I want freaking breakfast food now.
Oh man, I'm starving.
You got a restaurant near you that does the 24-hour breakfast thing?
I don't have any. I mean, well, I have Denny's. I can go to Denny's.
Yeah.
But get yourself the Grand Slam or whatever the fuck they call that thing.
Overrated.
Dude.
Home run Grand Slam. Whatever the fuck. Pancakes and everything.
I think it's just called Grand Slam.
Yeah. Everything on a plate.
I would love this. My favorite place to go to though for breakfast is Cracker Barrel because the biscuits are so good.
I've never been to a Cracker Barrel. They have one here in Oregon that they opened. It was like a big deal because it was coming to the West Coast.
You need to go. Eat their food. Yes, go to a Cracker Barrel and get the biscuits.
It just looks like an old people place. Like
it's country style.
It's old people.
It's not old people.
Yeah. I went there a few times.
I love
You're old though.
You're Gunny. You're old though.
Old people place. I don't know, man. Okay, I guess I'll check it out.
Yeah, I went to visit family in New Jersey some years back, and I think they had one next to Applebee's. I went to a couple times.
There's a place here in Lansing called Golden Harvest. And they're only open for breakfast and lunch, and it's a very small, very, very small restaurant, and people just stand in line to wait for you get big amounts of food too. Like it's amazing.
Wow. We have those, obviously every place has them, right? And I always tell the wife, I'm like, when she Googles something, I'll be like, yeah, I know where that's at because I drive all over. And I said, it's got 10 tables and 4 parking spots, you know?
Yep.
Right? Yeah, so we'll have to park across the street.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then wait in line.
Yeah. So bring a sandwich.
Right. Bring a snack.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right. So I'm starving. Next question.
Right. Freaking A, dude.
Jonathan Hall, Pinpoint Red, asks, since Insomniac did so well with Spider-Man, what comic book title would you like to see adapted to video game, and by which studio?
Probably an X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men. Yeah, we haven't seen much of X-Men since
X-Men.
Since whatever that game was called.
But with Spider-Man, there's so much you can do with it. So I mean, just keep pushing it.
Yeah. You got so many villains and so many things you could do with that. You could just, who cares? Just keep doing it.
I mean, there's so many different Spider-Verses too. I think
a pretty cool Iron Man game would be pretty awesome too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Guardians of the Galaxy, you can do like a whole fucking galaxy of planets you can go to fight things and do things. And
what about like no, I was gonna say like a Hawkeye survival or stealth game.
There you go. Maybe that might work.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
We don't get paid to make video games. We have bad ideas for games, guys. Don't ask us.
Why we're called horrible gamers.
We like to play them. We don't like to make them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we already saw Deadpool a couple times. I never played that game. Or
Yeah.
I think it was like, didn't they like backwards compatible, or they like re-released it on the Xbox One? I was like, nah.
Yeah, I think they did one of those too. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm thinking more movie than...
I'm hearing there might be another Batman game.
Yeah, that's what Rocksteady is doing something, right? Yeah. Warner Brothers always working on something. Anyway, our next question is from Quack Tap 3. Welcome to the community.
So that's not Quack Tape?
Oh, I'm sorry, Quack Tape. The 3 I'm thinking is like an E, but that is Quack Tap.
Quack Tip.
They want to know, do we sell metal mugs? Do we sell beer steins on our website?
I don't know, man. I don't remember ever selling beer metal mugs, but
I'm currently working on those. I do have some children working to the bone, making some signs.
We do not condone anything Eric is saying right now, guys.
Child labor law is out of the window.
Well, maybe we can contact Ryan. In Canada, they probably don't have those same laws, so up in the North Pole, he can...
Nah, they got free healthcare and everything, so yeah, this is perfect for Canadians. Oh, wait, Ari, you want to make some steins, Ari?
For the Horrible Gamers website, and then we can put some rubies on them.
Oh, rubies.
On the metal mugs.
No, we do not sell metal mugs. Next question.
Also, inverted controls or non-inverted controls, and why?
Non-inverted. What the fuck are you inverted?
Because I'm not a pilot. I don't need to be inverted.
You don't want to go all sim and just be like realistic and...
No, bro.
Nah.
Brain's not backwards.
No.
Can't remember, was it Pinpoint Red that said he goes
he goes inverted. For everything. He plays like Titanfall inverted.
You're weird, Jonathan. That's what it is.
Like if you push down, it goes up, and if he pushes up, it goes... It's so fucking weird. I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
Not for a shooter. For a flying game, I could see it, but not for a shooter, man.
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking inverted. Why not? Not inverted. That's the way I keep it. Next one's from Me Dumb Sin Food. Playing that Sea of Thieves.
On Discord.
Yeah, so it seems like the multiplayer interactions in Fallout 76 are pretty tame. Do you hope they will come out with a hardcore mode? Where can you kill and loot anyone at any time? You cannot see other players on the map at all times.
So he's saying that it seems very player friendly on Fallout 76. They're really taking a lot of steps to make it so where people can't be trolls. You cannot be surprised by somebody sneaking up on you because you're always seeing them on the map. They're always there. They pop up. And if somebody kills you or hurts you, you don't take that much damage, but if they actually kill you, then they become wanted, and then it's pretty much they're trying to promote a positive community, right? Trying to get rid of the trolls. They're trying to attack the trolls in the game. I feel like they should add a mode where it's hardcore, you don't see people sneaking up on you, and people can break into your base without you knowing to steal all your stuff, and you know what I mean?
What about what they do in that game called Ark? Is it simply called Ark?
Yeah, survival.
Where they have 3 different modes, right? In the server, so I think it's just PvP, PvE, and then they have a mixture of both.
Yeah, well, you should do that. Why not?
But I'm sure does Skyrim, does Elder Scrolls Online do that? I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll follow suit with whatever they're currently doing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Right, because they're going to, obviously it's their own studio, so... Yeah. And the other thing, too, that I've kind of heard, again, just from the podcast that I've listened to from Game Informer and other ones, have just said, yeah, we found a lot of, we found a lot of those tapes to listen to, but we didn't see a lot of, any AI players, any bandits or marauders, whatever were the raiders?
Yeah, but they've said, Fallout, the team Bethesda has said that you can play that game offline. So there has to be AI players.
There has to be, right? Because if they don't, then where's the fun in it?
What's the point of offline? Where's the fun in that? If there's no AI at all, no NPCs at all, where the fuck is the fun in that? Where do you get your quests? What do you do? What do you who do you interact with? Who do you ally with? There's just no fun in that.
Yeah, so maybe I wonder too as well if just guessing that if they say, oh, once you activate that, what are they called, eco tapes or something, then yeah, those AI people will generate in that said area that you need to go to.
I just don't know.
But that wouldn't be good either, right? I want to be able to hit a random encounter.
Yeah.
Like in Fallout 4.
Fuck yeah.
If I want to play offline.
But who's going to buy this online game to play offline? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, it might be a wait and see for me. I just won't buy it day one. Yeah, certainly the hardcore player. So yeah, hardcore player mode would be good.
Yeah.
I think for those, they would like that.
I agree.
So, yep. All right. I think, do we have anything else? Any other questions?
No more questions that I could see.
I don't see any.
Real quick, I want to give a quick update on people that don't know. Xbox released their latest software update for the Xbox One system, If you have an Xbox One, you now have the fall update, which enables you to get voice support through Alexa and or Cortana supported devices. If you have an Alexa device, you can enable the Xbox skill on there and tell your Alexa, Xbox on. Alexa, tell Xbox to turn off. You could do that, and it'll work. It'll power down your Xbox. It'll turn it on. You can also be like, Alexa, tell Xbox play, or tell Xbox pause, or Xbox fast forward. It'll work when you're watching videos as well. I tested it out, and it works just fine. You can also be like, Alexa, I want you to launch Forza Horizon 4, and it'll launch it for you. Or different titles, whatever title you want to name. You can just name it. It works. So there's that. And with that being said, if you buy a new Xbox One S or Xbox One X system within the next month or so, you actually get a free Echo Dot. That's in available bundles now. So like you get a free Amazon Echo Dot when you buy a qualifying system. There you go. Voice commands are back. They fixed the problem.
I saw the video on that. It does what it says it's supposed to. So
it works. I've used it.
Thank you, Alexa.
Yeah. Eric, go get an Alexa now.
Okay.
Okay, good. With that being said, that's it. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to, you can follow us on Twitter, _Horrible Gamers. Join our groups. Facebook community is pretty big. Join our Discord server thing, whatever the hell you call that, on Discord. You see a lot of PC people joining that. Seems like PC people don't like Facebook.
That's true. I think Quack Tap is from PC. He's from the PC mustard race. Yeah.
PC mustard race.
PC do not like. They just do not like Facebook. You guys just don't. But that's cool. You can join us on Discord. You can follow us on Twitter at _Horrible Gamers. All that good stuff. Just do it. Just fucking do it. If you don't have any of that, you just don't like to be social with people, you can email us feedback@horriblegamers.com with questions and or comments and or feedback, whatever. Also, you can leave us a review on iTunes, which I suggest you highly do so. We need them. Go leave reviews on iTunes. Just leave them. Tell us what you like about the show. Tell us.
Do it.
Now.
Or hate us. Tell us why.
Tell me why. Tell you why.
Tell me why.
I hate you.
Ain't nothing.
Not you. You.
And with that being said, you can find me on Xbox Live, Gamertag, Jesus Walks Out. I'll be playing a lot more Black Ops 4 this
Bobo.
week.
I'm going to call it Bobo.
And some, what the fuck was that other game? Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Be playing more of that. I'll be playing all that stuff. Man, Red Dead's coming out. I need to finish this Assassin's Creed Odyssey before Red Dead comes out. I got to.
I'm not finished. There's no way.
I got to.
Before Red Dead.
I need to do like crack and just stay up for days and just do it. If you want to support my crack habit, head on over to patreon.com/horrible gamers to give us some money. Go ahead, people.
Good segue.
Good. But that's it. That's all I have. Gunny, go.
You can find me on Xbox Live. Find me on the Steam machines. Under gamer tag Gunny Chief. One word. Where do we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Epic Urk. You can find me on Xbox, St. Nicholas. You can find me on PlayStation, Epic Urk. That's about it.
Sweet. Find Mr. Ryan Gibson at gamer tag Gib8 777.
7777777.
Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next edition of the Horrible Gamers podcast. We're done. Goodbye. Bye.
See you.
Rush your controllers and go to bed.
Yeah, bye.
Brush your teeth and go to bed.
No, I won't. Kylo Ren.